Welcome. It is 13 days until the Vols return to the practice field, 44 days till football time in Tennessee, and I don't know, like 410 days until we see David Gabriel Georges take the field wearing big orange. This is a Victory Thursday, people. We are coming to you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios at Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio. It's The Drive. I'm Bob Baskerville, holding down the fort for the next few days for Russell Smith, who's getting a little time off before we start to rev up the football machine for another season. Only fair, because I'll be taking a few days off next week, guys. You've been warned.
I'll be missing here and there. I'm not taking a whole week, but I'm taking a day here, a day there.
Yeah.
Day everywhere.
Well, y'all are in good hands today, though. The rest of the team is present and accounted for, obviously. I'm joined by Bear. You just heard him. Walker Smith. Do it, whether it's old school on the radio, AM 1340, 105.7 FM, or you're watching us live on the Fan Run TV YouTube channel or on X, or maybe you check us out later, time shifting, if you will, by checking out the podcast wherever you listen to your pods. We can't thank you enough for making us part of your day. As for this day, we'll be joined by our weekly friend Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider to talk about all things Vols, but most notably that dude we added into the fold by way of his commitment less than 24 hours ago, one David Gabriel Georges' DGG. Of course, we'll be breaking that DGG commitment down now that it's official, and got to say, it's got me feeling a certain way about the program, not only for when DGG gets here, but the time leading up to that. I'm talking about next season. So we'll be talking about that, the last day of SEC Media Days, where a certain troll of a coach took to the podium today. And in the 5 o'clock hour, our guy Jake Crane of Crane & Cone at On 3 joins the program to talk more college football, and we'll get his take on the magnitude of that commitment yesterday. And, of course, we'd like to hear from you. You can be a part of the program a few different ways. Phone lines are open. Call us at 865-966-3435, or you can always interact with us on the YouTube live chat at the Fan Run Sports channel. And while you're at it, if you're doing that, make sure you show the love. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe button, too, if you wouldn't mind. It's a big, big show. Let's get to it. Let's say hello to the fellas. Bear, Walker, how y'all doing?
Doing good. I feel like we've gone from, we haven't really talked about football that much in a long, long time, probably going back to the end of football season last year. And I feel like the script has kind of been flipped. I think with this was a huge get, not just from, actually getting him and his talents on the football field, but been a huge boost to the program, Bob. It's kind of flipped the script on this year. I know a lot of people had around the fan base seem to have a lot of anxiety. And I think we're looking at this season half empty. And now with the addition of David Gabriel Georges, and it's just, there seems to be a lot of the big momentum kind of spooling up for this football program and for Josh Heupel.
Yeah. It's, I think there is significant ripple effect, and we're going to talk about some of that today for sure. Because this is, like I said in my opening, it just feels, it hits a little different this time. And we'd love to hear from people too. I think we touched on this a little yesterday, but I want to dig deeper on that. Is, at least speaking for myself, I've lived, I'm not a Knoxville native, but I've lived here longer in my lifetime than anywhere else I've lived. And I've definitely followed volunteer athletics, and specifically football in this case. I can't remember. I know there was some hype certainly around Nico. And then if you rewind further back, Jalen Hurd and Bryce Brown, all those. But man, this one, again, it feels like what the long lasting effect could be is really significant.
Really, the only
hours old at this point.
You know, we had been talking about this guy for so long, but I hadn't gone and actually watched his highlights for the past like month or so when I had really dove in because we just talked about him to death up until his visit and his recruiting day. That I was like, oh yeah, this kid's really good. Let's just talk about him and let's get him here. Let's get him here. And now we finally got him here. In the past 24 hours, I've reminded myself just how good this kid looks on film.
Yeah.
Like all the comparisons about, you know, Adrian Peterson. There's some Derrick Henry comparisons online. Like he looks like a college player playing high school football, and that was last year. He still has to play another year of high school football.
Yeah,
and he might put up like, who knows? He's probably break Tennessee records. I don't know who holds Tennessee rushing records right now, but it's going to be a heck of a season for him, and it's just fun to watch him run.
I wonder about that from the perspective of like, I don't know, again, for lack of a better term, like load management. Now, of course, Baylor's got, they want to go win a state title. They've got ambitions of their own as a team. But I wonder if there's going to be a little less DGG now that his ship has sailed as far as where he's committed to and everything else. If I'm a Baylor fan, I would wonder about that. It's like, although, that guy playing half a game, 3/4 of a game is still going to be effective as hell.
Yeah, I mean, that will be interesting to see. I mean, we'll have to hold our breath for about 12 or 13 weeks starting here in just a few.
Yeah.
And want to get him here, healthy and ready to go. Is he an early enrollee? I'm assuming he is.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, like next spring?
Like being here at break I'm sure. January.
It's a bummer we couldn't do what's been going on in college basketball, like some of these early enrollees.
Bring him in before the Alabama game.
Yeah, did you say? I hate to say it, Vanderbilt, talking basketball for a second, they're bringing in this Gabe Neesmith kid who's classifying a year early, who's like a 5-star. Vanderbilt's going to be good in basketball again, boys.
Yeah, and we can circle back to that. I've got a take on that when you bring in those guys early like that.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing to me, Bob, that's just kind of fascinating about the Gabriel
I just saw something on the live chat, and this is interesting. I'm going off of the authority of a guy who spent time with him and interviewed him and everything else. Chicken Chow Fun says we got to start pronouncing his name properly. The S in George is silent. I have been told by Chris Lowe, who again spent the whole day with the guy, exhaustive interview, everything else, because we talked about this last week. I was asking CeeLo, I was like, how are you pronouncing his name? And, have you heard anything from their family that would lead you to believe that you're wrong? And he was saying it's George's. He's saying the S is prevalent there. So, I don't know. Hey, all I care about, let's just call him DGG or Deej. How about Deej?
I'm just calling him D-double-G or double G. He'll come. I'm sure a nickname will be. Forthcoming.
Absolutely. So we are surely going to be spending time talking about that dude all day. Ryan Shumpert will be joining us in about 10 minutes to talk about it. Get his take on kind of, again, that long-lasting impact. What do we think that means? Because that's what's crazy is we are in such a celebratory mood, but guy hasn't hit the field yet and won't for another year. So,
well, no. And I mean, we've got to wait until this time next. Can you imagine the fever pitch we'll be in this time next year?
Yeah.
Right. To getting ready to see him to zero.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, after that, what's crazy is we get through this. There's going to be a big recruitment for Asa Barnes coming up, another highly regarded running back here. That's going to be starting in a couple of weeks. So he's going to be announcing his commitment soon too.
Well, I wondered how long it was going to take for us to start landing and being in on some of these big time running backs with the kind of production that the Heupel offense produces. We're a running offense. Everybody thinks it's air raid and all that, but
yeah,
I mean, he's looking to hit the home run ball usually at any given time, but I mean, it's basically spread the field out so he can run.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I guess we're, the word's out now.
Yeah. A lot to cover today. SEC Media Days is in its final session as we speak. I believe Steve Sarkisian was finishing the show. So Sark is on the stage right now. And Lane Kiffin spoke earlier today and was, as Trey Wallace predicted yesterday, Lane behaved.
Was he subdued?
He was very wordy. We're going to talk about it, but because I think he's fooling some people again. He's back at it, in my opinion. So we'll talk about all that stuff. But before we get to Shump and everything else, we've already got folks on the busy phone lines. Bud in Savannah is up first, so let's get an early call or two in here. Bud, how you doing, man?
Hey, life treats me well. Boogie Bentley just come on and said that S is silent.
I know there's
I might have called
another guy who.
Go ahead. I left a message with the coach's office to find out just now, and I'll get a call from somebody who'll call me back.
Well, keep us posted.
I'll call him whatever you want.
Yeah, of course. I'll call him. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to call him.
I'll call him Earl, whatever name he wants to go by. We'll call him back.
Oh yeah.
All these got a member. Don't matter if he speaks English or not. Just don't give the ball to nobody wearing a different colored uniform and run to the fence.
There you go.
Run to the fence.
There you go. Yeah.
What I want to tell you is,
we
won the recruit battle for him, but we lost one for Darren DeShulu. Ohio State beat us out for him. His roommate that they offered a scholarship. I reckon he just couldn't.
Yeah, we'll see if that still sticks.
That, ain't they?
Yeah.
I know. I thought how funny that was. They stuck with giving a boy a scholarship. May not even played on the team hardly.
Yeah.
And that's his claim to fame.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show. This is a big day for Tennessee sports.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. All right, bud. I appreciate the call, buddy. Again, on the topic of is it George's or George, they're saying on the live chat too, Austin Price from VolQuest, another guy that has been spending extensive time with that family, calls it David Gabriel George's. So
I thought the French pronounce it, if it's got an S in French, that you pronounce it. That's why I've been calling him George's.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea. So,
but I may be wrong.
Sounds like Bud's going to turn over some rocks there, and he might come back with an update. We got another call. Let's hit it before we hit our first break. It's Rusty. Rusty, how you doing, brother?
Bear Walker, how's everybody?
Doing good.
We're good, man. We're good. It's a victory Thursday, brother.
It is. So, DGG himself last night after the press conference told the media, and there's video of it, that it is George. But most everybody down here calls me Georges. And I don't care what you call me. If my mom heard you call me Georges, she'd probably be a little taken back by it, but I don't care. But it's actually George is how they pronounce it where they're from.
George. I think I'm picturing Rusty with a beret on right now as he said that one.
Just like in a European vacation with my name on it.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, Bob?
Yeah, I do.
That was a nice callback by you. Well done. No, George. Oh, man. So next year, 2027, we could have our offensive tackles 5 stars. We could have 2 receivers, assuming this is just, Mike Matthews has a good year but comes back for his senior. And then 5-star quarterback, 5-star running back. So that's 6 5-stars. And then a junior tight end who was the number 1, 2, or 3 ranked tight end in America, depending on what site you're looking at. So 6 5-stars, a 7th starter who was as high as you can be ranked at your position group, basically, and then your guards and your center who don't get 5 stars very often at those positions, that could be like, I don't remember talking about in my fandom where, well, since stars started being a thing, where we could have a roster or an offensive 11 starters with that high of a star rating as a group.
Yeah, and then I want to say, of course, I don't have it in front of me, but somebody could check it out and let me know. Was what was Ori Williams' classification when he came in at LSU? Was he? I want to say
that's another good one. That's a great point.
He was a 5-star as well when he came in.
He was.
Yeah, so you think of him and Ascenda and Sanders up front, and like you said, you know, all the other positions. I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. It's.
I mean, Brame, for all intents and purposes, is a 5-star too. They just don't. Tight ends just don't generally get 5-star ratings unless there's some kind of different animal.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's cool, man. It's really great. I still say that everybody's going off all the last, couple of days that biggest recruit since Peyton, Eric Berry, whatnot. And while I'm all for this kid, and I think he's going to be an absolute stud, I still say if you make me pick who's going to live up to the 5-star status, I would rather Faison live up to it more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the difference maker, right? I mean, if that happens,
right.
Katie bar the doors, man. I think this team is dangerous at that point.
I think the difference between winning championships and, being a really good team is you have to have multiple guys that are performing at the 5-star level. I mean, you go back to the 90s, and I know there wasn't the star system back then, but I mean, offense and defense was littered with when we landed some of the top guys in the country at every position, whether it be out, on defense and offense, and all those guys played over their heads, Bob.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. Hey, Rusty, thank you, man. Appreciate the call. We got to hit a break. We're already rolling one segment in. We're going to keep that
coming up.
Huh?
Got my guy coming in next.
Absolutely. You got to keep the momentum going. What better way to do that than read and react with our guy, Ryan Shumpert from Rocky Top Insider. He will be joining us on the other side. We will be right back. Stick around. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
Friday, let's continue the fight against breast cancer by painting the park pink. Saturday, we honor one of the founding members. Fun day to end out the week. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank. Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Who else? Of the name now because
George.
Yeah, I'm gonna, or I just call him George. How
That's
about
what
that?
I was thinking about it.
Just
George.
Remember that there was an old
Of Mice and Men.
I'll call him George, and I'll love him and pet
squeeze him and pet him and call him
Yeah.
George.
We'll just call him DGG for safety. He has joined the Vol family with that commitment that happened last evening. Obviously exciting, and as I was saying in the first segment, the impact, I think, is immediate in some ways, just from kind of the outlook on this program. But I think it could go longer. It's longer lasting than 2027. Let's talk to a guy who covers the Vols much more closer than we do, because we're a little more fanish here. This guy's a big name. He's a big J journalist. That's what I say. This guy does great work for Rocky Top Insider. I'm a little biased, but we're thrilled to have him join us today. It's Ryan Shumpert. Shump, it's just me today. Russell bagged out. I think he might have overindulged last night after the DGG news, so you just got me. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Glad to be on here, and a little bit more to talk about this week than your ordinary July episode, July show.
Yes, sir. Well, first things first, the team made the conscious decision, as a lot of people have done in the media space, about covering SEC Media Days. And we did not have a presence there. We're covering it, but we're doing it remotely. How you feeling about that? Good choice?
Yeah, good choice. I don't see, I think for the radio perspective, there's stuff to be gained, and maybe if you have a show or something like that, and you can get one-on-ones. But from a website and a writing purposes, I don't see that there's really a whole lot that you gain from going to SEC Media Days. So if it's in Nashville or Atlanta or Birmingham, somewhere that's easy to get to, go on down. But they're going to have it in Tampa, and it's you got to be a full 2 days to get down there, or a flight. Like I don't think there's enough benefits for it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I can't tell you, I've talked to a handful of other media folk, not even in just the Knoxville market, in other markets, who kind of feel the same way. So, but then I watch on the SEC network, and it looks like, when the Q&A is happening, there's still pretty good representation. So it all works out. But let's talk about the guy. He committed last night. It wasn't necessarily a big surprise. It felt like all indicators were pointing in his direction. It really became pretty clear on as early as Monday, I believe, when there started to become expert predictions. So not a shocker. Nonetheless, it feels really good and comforting to believe that we got this guy. And, you never say never. Something could change, but I don't believe so. These guys, it seems like it's all in. And my question to you is, we were just talking with a caller about this right before you joined. This is just another 5-star that's starting to become Heupel's stacking some 5-stars on the offensive side between the last couple of years, this year, and now going into next year.
Yeah, it definitely, it's the trend that it feels like the top priority guy on Tennessee's wish list. Like they've done a really good job to land that player, and they are going to make the financial commitment and the time and energy that it takes. And you just look at stacking it over a number of years, and then last year you kind of get two of them with Faison Brandon and TK Keys, to where there's going to be a lot of firepower. There's going to be a lot of stars on Tennessee's offensive side of the ball over the next couple of years. So, I think it's a unique perspective. I think it works better, that kind of investing in, one or two players or going all in to get them. I think it works better when you are a little bit more portal heavy, which it feels like Tennessee's maybe pivoting to do, just when you look at this transfer class or this high school recruiting class as a whole. So it's definitely feels like a little bit of a change, and certainly there should be a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. And like you said, it's kind of at all different spots. You have the offensive lineman, an offensive tackle, you have receivers, quarterback, and then running back's obviously a spot you don't typically think of as a big investment point. But certainly DGG is just appears to be a completely different level of player, and as college ready as about any freshman I think will be.
Now this, I have to say, I'm kind of speaking for myself, and this is again more the fan and commentator than anything else. So, but I want to get your take if you're surprised by this or not, and take my personality out of it. But I have to say, I feel differently, not just about the program. I feel differently about, like, now I feel like, man, Josh Heupel's building something. If the quarterback can be just, I think, good, right? I mean, it'd be amazing if it's Faison Brandon being great and balling out, but I do trust Josh with that to some degree. But I have to say, I feel better about just the program, and also, for better or worse, if Josh Heupel can't win with what he's got on the table now, then, this season and next season, then he should absolutely be on the hot seat at that point.
Yeah, I agree with the latter part, but I think that's regardless of who you have. If you have good resources, which
right.
Doesn't seem like it's the very best in the country, but it's at a high level and it's good enough to be competing to make the college football playoff. Then, yeah, at the end of the day, wins is going to be what you're judged off of and you're expected to get. So as far as the other part of it, I don't think it necessarily changes my outlook just a ton. The funny thing is, and I wouldn't even say I disagree with it. Like, spending the amount of money that it seems like they've spent to get David Gabriel George, like, to me, it feels worth it for how good of a player he is. But, part of me has hesitation. It's like one of the biggest flaws, I would say, with Josh Heupel is the way he has allocated the money in his roster. And you've paid guys like Boo Carter and Chaz Coleman who have not given you anything. The fact that you're going to have two quarterbacks on the roster this year making a ton of money, and you're only going to play one of them, and the quarterback still remains a question mark. Like, that stuff is kind of what has given me some pause with Josh Heupel. And it's a weird dichotomy where I say, yeah, that's a concern I have with Heupel. However, I don't really have a problem with them making George the highest paid, running back in the history of college football before he's played a snap. So I don't think it necessarily changes my outlook a ton on that perspective as I zoom out. But when you zoom in and you look at, kind of back to your last question, just the talent on the offensive side, it's hard not to be excited and think, man, this could look really fun for Tennessee in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's where I am. I don't want to make it sound like I've gone total sheep here, but I do feel like, I don't know, it was just kind of what we needed. Conversely, if DGG had thrown everybody a curveball and said he was going to Ohio State, I might be feeling different, as well as probably a lot of fans. Bear, you got a question?
Yeah. Five-star December of last year, DJ
Jacobs.
That Tennessee, have you heard that Tennessee is suddenly gaining traction and a possible flipping him as well?
Yeah, I don't know to that extent. I mean, I have seen some of the tea leaves. I think he has signed with Adidas. I think there was a Derek Owens maybe like on one of his pictures on Instagram. So I would say it's firmly in the monitoring range right now. I wouldn't say I'm all in on thinking that's going to happen, but a newer development and one that there seems to maybe be some traction, or at least some of the tea leaves points that are being some traction.
Have you seen this kid, Bob? He would be every bit a different position, but I mean, defensive end. He definitely looks the part every bit as David Gabriel George does.
Yeah, if you want to talk about getting the Ohio State fan base or social media contingent spun up. See what happens if that happens.
They're claiming they don't play payers anymore, Ryan.
Yeah, it's been, maybe you gave me the kind Big J designation to start, and I'm maybe going to put some of this aside here. It's kind of been sad to watch the Ohio State hope and argument. Like, you guys won the national championship 2 years ago. How are you guys this up in arms about a 5-star running back in the portal era? So, yeah, it's been pretty crazy to see some of the spin zone, some of the cope, some of the arguments. Like, sometimes you just don't get a player, and certainly it shouldn't be the end of the world. And it isn't actually the end of the world for Ohio State's program. You just see some fans and maybe some media adjacent people acting like it is.
Yeah. We're talking ball with Ryan Shumpert, Rocky Top Insider. This I think is another thing that we have not spoken about so far today regarding DGG joining, but the fact that he called out Derek Owings. We always thought that could be some secret sauce that could help this thing along. And, your colleague, Rick Butler, who we know and love, put a piece out on Rocky Top Insider about what else Derek Owings is doing besides what he could do to help develop DGG. And that is this story about how many players on the Vol roster now can run, 21 plus miles per hour?
Yeah, I think that's the number.
I'm looking at it.
It's funny because strength coach is like the ultimate spot where it matters, but it's hard to quantify how much it matters and how much a new strength coach, even one that comes in with as much, highly acclaimed as Derek Owings, will really make an impact. But those numbers and it's not that it's the end all be all, and that's add a win to Tennessee's over under win total in Vegas, but that's the type of stuff that, makes you believe that, all right, maybe there's more to this, especially when you throw in, I don't ever think of a strength coach having any sort of say or impact on the player's recruitment. Yeah. And again, I don't know how important that was, but it does seem like something that has mattered did matter to David Gabriel George. So it's kind of like I said, in the monitoring stage, but it certainly seems like Owens has made a pretty significant impact on this Tennessee program at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it said what Rick said here was from last season. Or from when he came in, Owings reveals that Tennessee had gone from 12 players on the roster that could run a max speed of 21 plus miles per hour to now 47 players. So quadrupled that number, essentially.
It's a jarring number.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and like you said, I don't know, you got to believe that helps in the long run, just what's going on the field, et cetera. It's tough to quantify it, but still, I guess when you're the strength coach, these are the kind of metrics you're going to be using as your selling points and talking points.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it'd be interesting, just to see the full numbers for every player on the team and see, I'm sure some of those guys were probably knocking on that 21 door before, but you also expect some of those guys have probably made some pretty significant jumps over the last, 5-6 months.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Jumping back over to SEC Media Days for just a second, because I know you've been monitoring some of it, even though you and the boys are not down in Tampa. What's been like your biggest surprise so far as this thing winds down? I mean, because obviously a lot of coach speak and everything, but we saw some coaches kind of peacock a little bit too. Surprisingly to me, Lane Kiffin wasn't one of them.
Yeah, I think those are the two things that surprised me. Like, I think Josh Heupel maybe had a more viral quote than Lane Kiffin this week. So, and Heupel and his deadpan talking about, wanting what the reception is going to be for Lane Kiffin. Like, not that was just an insane comment, but given how vanilla Heupel typically is. That was a tad bit surprising to me. And then, yeah, Lane doing the logical smart thing is it came to the media today and just doing an opening statement that it was super long and trying to limit the amount of questions that he was asked and generally being pretty calm. Like, that's definitely what, 99% of coaches in his position would have done. But it doesn't feel like when it comes to the media and trying to get headlines, Lane Kiffin, really does what the 99% would do. So that's, at least a little bit notable.
Ryan, do you think that has anything to do with the way everything imploded, or I don't know if that would even be the right word, when he left Ole Miss and all the back and forth, and Sankey couldn't have been happy about it, and I'm afraid, I wonder, do you think somebody's talked to him, whether it be from the commissioner's office or from the AD and the administration down there at LSU, like, look, man, you cannot do this anymore?
Maybe, but surely people have been telling him that before. Like, surely that's not a new thing. What AD is possibly would have wanted his head coach to, behave in the public and the media the way Lane Kiffin has. Now, you put up with it if he wins enough. But I would think everybody he's worked for has been telling him that. So I don't necessarily think just LSU's brass saying you can't do this would be enough to just be like sole reason that he's not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I was watching the session this morning when when Kiffin was introduced by Sankey. Sankey said that somebody deserves a hug, and it's Knox Kiffin, because supposedly Knox Kiffin, his son, is the one who's kind of, pleaded to Lane, saying, just get off social media, man. Just, one thing at a time, but do that. And the fact that Sankey brought that up, I thought was interesting too, because, he's basically, the subtext there is that makes our lives easier too, man, if you just behave a little better. That's all.
You buying that he's finally grown up, Ryan?
No, not really.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't even, I looked, I think it's like mid-June, maybe his last tweet. So I'll be curious to see how long that lasts. I would think he can make it to the end of July, which now that he said he's done it, surely he's going to have to go to the end of July. And when he gets into football season, I can see with him going the whole year, staying off it. But I would guess we'll see a return at some point.
Yeah. Hey, I want to get one more question with you before you're out the door. Ryan Shumpert with Rocky Top Insider, and this is basketball. I'm guessing, are you over at practice now?
Yes, they haven't started yet. Hopefully, you can't hear Garrett Mendenwald, the strength coach, yelling in the background. They're doing their stretches and warm ups right now before getting to Pratt Pavilion. But that's over here, about to watch practice after we get off the phone.
Well, nonetheless, I'm a little jealous of you being there. So I saw a piece again you put on RTI. This is one that's on at least my mind, and I know the hardcore basketball fans' minds, because we've been talking about what we've been seeing at practices when it's available for people to see things. But one person where you haven't been seeing is Tyler Lundblade, who's been nursing a back injury. And I see that Rick Barnes talked a little about that with you today.
Yeah, nothing, overly crazy, but it doesn't sound like I'm not expecting to see him in practice today. It doesn't sound like there's a ton of updates there. And, I think back injury is just kind of one of those things that it's not like you can pencil in, all right, this is 6 weeks and he'll be back. So he's certainly not at the point where they need to push it. But I think from my perspective, there's a little bit of worry about, whether this can be lingering. And in some ways, Tyler Lundblade's, the perfect player to miss time in the summer because he's very mature. He's played a lot of basketball. But on the other hand, I think it's an issue for him because he's a guy that defense is just a massive question and has been a massive weakness in his game. And I think having the summer to face really high-level athletes in the SEC, guard Tennessee's, deep group of really good offensive perimeter players would have been really beneficial for him. So in some ways, the kind of guy that if he's going to miss the summer, someone's going to miss the summer, you'd hope it'd be him. But in other ways, I do think it is a real loss that he hasn't been able to be out there all that much through his first few months in Knoxville.
Yeah. I want to see that dude shoot. I know you've seen him shoot just off to the side, and it sounds like it's something to see. So love to see it in action. That's all. All right, man. Listen, as always, appreciate you spending time with us. It's Ryan Shumpert with Rocky Top Insider. You can find all his work there. He's got a fresh new social media handle over on X. Not that new these days, but correct me if I'm wrong. What, at Ryan Shumpert 00, correct?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So go check out his work. He's one of the good ones. Ryan, thanks so much, man. I'll let you get to practice, and hope you also have a good weekend. We'll look forward to talking to you again soon.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys having me on.
That's Ryan Shumpert.
Ryan Shumpert.
Michael Moats on the live chat. He's listening, talking about basketball. He said, I still believe Tennessee still needs one more big in the post. And we do have that roster spot. We just haven't heard a whole lot about it.
I mean, I keep going back to, and I felt that way before you told us what Coach Martin said. I was already there because I'm not a casual. I know ball.
Yeah.
I knew that out of everybody off last year's team, the hardest one for us to replace was going to be Felix.
Yeah.
It's just 7'1" guys that can move the way he can and, protect the rim and all that. They don't grow on trees, and I thought we'd miss him more than anybody. So
no doubt. No doubt. We'll probably in hour 2 talk a little bit about kind of a recap. Speaking of hoops, I know some people are saying, "Why are we talking hoops?" I mean, we'll believe me, we're going to give DGG his due.
But you got to. They're putting in work, Bob.
Yeah, and in the summer league too. That's the other thing, man. There's some accolades came out for one of our former guys, and we'll talk about that in the next hour too. But we're going to hit a break right now. When we return, we will continue to talk again. We will go back. I posed this question earlier in the show. I want to tease it out a little more. This get of DGG, is this the most significant one in your memory as a fan for the Vols, or do you have one that you think trumps this? Let's talk about it. We can interact on the live chat. You can call us. Just let us know. We'll be back on the other side to talk about it, though. Stick around. Be right back. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Costa at Knoxville Smiles. Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making it easier for you to see the dentist. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If going to the dentist in the morning or during normal business hours doesn't fit your busy schedule, come see us a little later. Call 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Finish your high school diploma for you and your family. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the
Love it.
Who won the YouTube poll yesterday on there?
I did a frame grab just in case anybody wanted proof of concept.
I did a frame grab, Walker.
Yesterday was a clean sweep. We're going to come back to that later in the show, but
you're shameless, Garth Brooks.
Hey,
shameless.
Hey, winning's winning. What can I say? That's why I said it's Victory Thursday. It's not just about DGG. It's about BB. Walker's sitting there going, "Who won the most of the drafts?" Am I right, Walk?
I mean, you said it, not me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't going to brag that I, took 3 of 5, but
yeah, you'll get your flowers.
Appreciate you bringing it up.
Yeah.
Fan, how many did you win?
Oh, wow. It's quiet.
Nothing.
Crickets. So let's tease this out for just a minute or two, and then we'll hop over to the phone lines. Again, this we talked about this yesterday, and it got brought up again because I think another reporter who was covering the DGG commitment yesterday spoke with Eric Westmoreland, who is the linebackers coach at Chattanooga Baylor. And again, man, he keeps drawing those comparisons. And I know for some people, my co-host who is not here today, it makes them a little.
It makes me nervous.
Gives them a little heartburn. And in that, the comparisons, the names pop up: Jamal Lewis, Adrian Peterson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Herschel Walker. I mean, it is lofty, man. There's no question about it.
Well, I mean, there's a big difference between Gibbs and those other two. If you're comparing him as saying that, because what those other two, Herschel and Jamal, have in common is they probably, honest to God, they could have been playing in the NFL when they were 18.
Yeah.
They were that physically imposing and strong enough to do it and be able to take the hits. This kid, I mean, he's a huge, so he might be, he might be tough enough to where you do it. I don't know. I'm always pump the brakes guy when it comes to
comparisons.
Yeah, this early on. I mean, let's get him here.
Yeah,
see him run against some. I mean, he's playing against the best talent, some of the best talent in the country. But
yeah,
do it in the college level, and then we'll talk.
It is interesting though, because I feel like of all the positions in football, running back is the kind of position where if a guy has it at a high school, he just has it. And you can plug him and put him in there at high school. Like if he's a freak athlete, he can know how to go hit the hole. And if he's faster than everyone, he'll be a good running back. It's not the same at quarterback. Obviously, that takes development. Linemen, it takes guys years to really develop into their body and become good. Same thing with just about everyone on defense too, along with developing the skills. Whereas if you're a good running back, like those are the ones that you can more likely than not start as a freshman and translate really well.
Well said. C. Brent V3 says he likens him to, Bear won't like this, Bo Jackson. I mean, that is like.
What?
He's not playing baseball, is he?
No.
I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Jackson's in a whole nother category with people, him and Dion are in another category of athlete, like guys that could legitimately made the Hall of Fame in multiple sports. They're Hall of Fame level talents.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The comparison to Gibbs, I think, is a fair one, and it is not a bad one. GBO Kyle Beach agrees. He says, I wouldn't sleep on Gibbs. He's just getting his NFL career started. By the time he's done, he might be one of the all-time greats. He was amazing this past year with Detroit. So,
I mean, he's a freakish talent.
Yeah.
But he developed in college.
Yeah. Kid Huddy says second coming of Walter Payton again. That's
a lot.
That's a lot, man. But I love the enthusiasm, right?
We're all about it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And like I said, now the last question I have, and then like I said, we're hopping to the phone lines. Do we think, is this one of those deals like you bring in DGG and it's going to attract other players? Is it one of those deals? You see that happen in basketball a lot, but that's a different kind of sport with less players on the court, et cetera.
You do. You see it from time to time. You definitely saw it here in the 90s.
Yeah.
With Peyton.
Yeah.
And a couple other guys. I mean, if you talk to some of those, even the big time guys.
Yeah, I think a quarterback, it goes without saying, namely because they have so many through lines to other players. Running back's a little different. It's kind of like, you can win with a running back, obviously, at one that's this good, but
I think what it does more than anything, maybe not other players, but I think it definitely helps.
Yeah.
When you go, because that was that role we got on in the early 90s.
Yep.
We had, and really going back to the late 80s with Reggie Cobb and Chuck Webb, that kind of started it was what, a good 12 to 14 year run of, we had our pick of the litter pretty much every year. I mean, we always had, and we went like 2 or 3 deep.
Yeah.
In that room, some of the best running backs that ever played college football came through here.
Yeah, but I feel like that still happens today. I mean, you just look back a year ago, Faison was, pretty involved with Tristan Key's recruitment. We were trying to flip him from LSU. He was here when Tristan took his visit at Tennessee. They took pictures together. They talked all the time. So, especially like the 5-star quarterback recruits.
Yep.
Like if these guys, like some of them, if they're doing it right, they'll stay on campus. They'll help recruit other guys. So that's very much still alive and well. Yeah. It's different between quarterback and every other position, but it definitely happens.
Definitely. All right, let's jump to the phone line real quick. We got Joshy Boy waiting. Before we wrap up hour one, hear from him. Joshy, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you doing today?
We're good, bud.
Good. So I've wanted to ask you guys this question for a long time. Besides Tennessee, who in college football do you not mind rooting for?
Who? Repeat that again. Who in college football?
Besides Tennessee, do you not mind rooting for? Say mine is West Virginia. I've liked them since the Pat White, Steve Sladen, and Geno Smith days.
It's probably easy for Walker.
You know me, I'm a Sun Devil.
Yeah, it's his alma mater. For me, it's because I lived out there for a while. Now I don't root for them like I did because who's quarterbacking them, but it was UCLA. And it was namely
really,
I love the uniforms too, man.
Well, for me, childhood, when I was a little kid, Tennessee was kind of going through a rough period for most of it, but I was across town from you, Bob. I always, until the Kiffin era.
Yeah.
But as long as Tennessee's not involved in it, I found myself usually rooting for Southern Cal, especially back in when the Rose Bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
I never liked the Big Ten. I've always hated Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah.
My cousins were Buckeye fans and growing up and lived up in Ohio. So I always rooted for Southern Cal.
Bob's a Purdue guy too. Can't forget.
Yeah, but they suck.
Yeah.
So.
Big Purdue basketball guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Speaking of Ohio State, what do we think about Ohio State fans going through it right now? This kind of reminds me of the time we went through it when Schiano got hired as head coach.
Yeah, they kind of want it both ways, right? I mean, I've lost it. Their logic is so warped at this point. They need to just stop, save themselves from themselves.
I don't remember us behaving this badly when it was a DB. He's playing in the NFL now. He was out of Chattanooga. Butch didn't recruit him. 5-star. He ended up at Ohio State.
Von Bell?
Von Bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Von Bell.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. And if, my God, you heard us talk in the last segment, if DJ Jacobs somehow decides to flip at some point from Ohio State, their come apart will be epic.
Who is this kid? I don't know anything about this guy. DJ Jacobs, you said?
Yeah.
Look him up.
Look him up.
Not trying to look too far ahead in the future next season, 2027. So the offense is going to be loaded, obviously, with Faison, DGG, Rodarius Jackson, Tristan Key. I think we have a really good chance next year to compete for a national championship. Have a good day, guys.
I don't disagree, Joshy. I think the emphasis will be very, very high on this team. Expectations through the roof, for sure. That wraps up hour one. Appreciate the call, Joshy. We'll be back to kick off hour two with the top four at 4, right after a quick timeout. Stick around. We'll be right back. It's The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah. They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of the drive kicks off here. You know the drill here. We do the top 4 at 4. A lot of headlines going on in the world of sports besides us ruling the world of college football. At least it feels that way right now for a minute at least. Let's catch up on other things happening elsewhere. With that, I turn it over to Walker Smith. Walker, what's up?
Nothing much. Just go through some of the news of the day. At number 1, Tennessee football moved up 7 spots in the 2027 recruiting rankings after adding a commitment from 5-star plus running back David Gabriel George on Wednesday. The Vols jumped from number 31 to 24 in the national rankings, and they also moved up from number 13 to number 10 in the SEC, and the class score went from 88 to 89, jumping a little over 1 point. They are just ahead of Georgia Tech and South Carolina and are behind Cal and Kentucky.
Like I said, long-lasting effects, man. That's just one little byproduct, right? I mean, for what it's worth. I mean, sometimes I think these rankings are kind of silly, but you always want to be there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to. I mean, we went through our period where we weren't there at all.
Yes, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. And, it still seems pretty low in the rankings compared to where we've been, especially last year when we were top 10.
Yeah.
But we got to remember that it's about to be commitment flipping season pretty much, where we're going to go in and try to flip a bunch of dudes, or some guys haven't committed. So it's not over recruiting-wise after GGG commits. He's just going to be the foundation of the class.
Yeah.
We still have room to grow and maybe get close to that top 10 mark again.
Most definitely.
At number 2, LSU coach Lane Kiffin cast an optimistic projection for quarterback Sam Leavitt's return from a foot injury, saying the Arizona State transfer is now a windmill dunking and projects as a first-round NFL draft pick. Leavitt transferred in this last winter portal and did a Liz Frank surgery back in November to fix his foot and forced him to miss practice at LSU.
We buying this?
I know.
I'm buying it.
You're talking about Lynn's with
Liz
that
Frank?
type of injury, not energy. I mean, it's kind of up there with like Tommy John and baseball players. Like, I'm gonna have to see you get up on that mound and throw 100 pitches, several games in a row before I'm willing to feel comfortable. I don't know.
This is Walker's guy. Walker believes, right?
Yeah, and I just refuse to believe there's someone that's going to be bad. I mean, I watched him play a lot. I know he was hurt and that his foot was problematic, but he also hasn't played. It's been a long time since he had that injury. He got it in the middle of last season. It'll been almost 10 months now while he's been recovering.
When did he have the surgery? He didn't have the surgery immediately, though.
He didn't wait to have the surgery. Like, he had it in the middle of last college football season. So I believe they're just taking it really slowly. And I know, obviously, I'm not going to believe Lane when he says he's windmill dunking, but I do believe that he's going to be as close to 100% for football, and he's going to be good.
I would be very surprised if the training staff at LSU were letting him get out on a basketball floor and do anything like that at this point. Which kind of reminds me, Bob, you may want to circle back to. Did you see the video of Cam Scatterbo doing the backflip?
I did.
On a fresh,
Arizona State legend.
He's another nut. Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Complete knucklehead.
Love Cam Scatterbo. Got to interview him a couple times. It was sweet.
Did you have to spell words for him?
Okay, that's completely mean. His brain was functioning at the time. At number 3, the Baltimore Orioles ended Boston's franchise record-tying 15-game winning streak last night behind Kyle Bradish's 6 innings of one-run baseball, defeating the Sox 5-1 in the nightcap of a doubleheader. It was Boston's first loss since a 10-2 setback against the Nationals at Fenway on July 1st.
Yeah, Bradish dealt last night. They still, the Red Sox, that run, that's incredible. I mean, if the season ended now, they're a wild card team.
Yeah, and what's crazy is they were dead.
Oh, they were horrible,
especially to the Boston fans. like if you're in a, like listen to it somewhat, people were talking about this team like it was on pace to be one of the worst Red Sox teams of people's lives, people my age's lives, pretty much. And then they all like that. It turns around and they are in a wild card spot. Last I checked, they're that last wild card. They're 2 games up on the Mariners and the Orioles. So their season's back.
It's crazy.
That's baseball for you, man.
Yeah, but you're right. They couldn't. They've got some really good young pitchers. I think we were talking to Ryan Sylvia about that a couple of weeks ago. They just couldn't hit, but now the bats have come alive and things are happening.
Wilson Contreras, good ball player, very good ball player. And at number 4, Tyreek Hill says he still has, quote, no power in his recovering left leg, indicating the free agent wide receiver could still be a long way from returning to the NFL. Hill posted a video that showed him working out as he discussed the dislocated knee and multiple ligament tears he suffered in Week 4 of last season. The Miami Dolphins released the 8-time Pro Bowler in February, making him a free agent for the first time in his career.
That injury, man, I still remember that vividly.
It was bad.
It looked bad. Looked bad. For someone as finely tuned as he is as an athlete, you just wonder if, even if he does come back, he probably isn't going to be the same.
He won't have the speed.
No.
Like he's never, I mean, not to sound definitive about it, but he's probably never going to be as fast as he was just a few years ago.
Right.
The year that Miami put up 70 on Denver that one game.
No, I wonder if he'll ever play again.
There's that, yeah. I mean, someone might not sign him this year. I mean, if Odell Beckham got signed this offseason and Tyreek Hill hasn't been signed.
That's going to be a curveball for Tyreek. He's got a lot of kids to take care of, man.
He does. He gets some steady income.
Yeah. Thank you, Walker.
My pleasure.
Top 4 at 4, brought to you by SM Athletics. It is almost football season. It's uniform season, man. And we are right in the middle of a place that does a great job with that, or maybe it's your company or your church or some other organization that needs some help with uniforms, logos, hats, merch, you name it. These guys do a wonderful job of it. That's just not that's the thing that's beautiful about these guys too. I mean, you can go and find some school stuff at all the way down to like drug stores and grocery stores, but man, the quality is lacking. Here, the stuff is great. We're in a day and age too. Bear might have it on the list of awesome things he hates, but some of these t-shirts that are not just old school cotton, that have, a little bit of a blend and they feel great and all that stuff. They got it all here.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I like them. A known dry fit hater. That's not changed, but
yeah,
no, the color soft, and there's a couple other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like the one I'm wearing right now. Super, super soft.
Yep.
Super comfortable to wear.
Easy to maintain. They're great. They're
great sleep shirts. They hold up well.
Long story short, these are the folks who can help take care of you for any of those needs. And like I said, big jobs too. Uniforms for a team, all that stuff. Go check them out. The website is smathletics.com. You can also reach them on the phone, area code 865-966-3434. That's 966-3434, SM Athletics. All right. We're getting a lot of activity, by the way, on that live chat. Like I said, it's
live chats of phones have been popping too.
No kidding. We appreciate it too.
Wonder, there's one thing different. Are you aware of this?
No, talk to me.
It's been noted over the years that when someone is out, we get more phone calls.
Isn't that weird?
Oh,
yeah,
that's weird.
What only could that be?
Multiple variants, lineups on the show. The one constant is when the boy king is out.
Yeah,
we get more phone calls.
The boy king.
Boy king, that's pretty good.
You shall not be named.
Yes. I do want to hop over to this live chat, though. A couple comments of note. This goes back to what we were talking about in the last hour about a couple of things. But this one was, I posed the question, do we think DGG's arrival will help bring other folks in? And there's a lot of points of view on this. Bear had mentioned it too. Peyton Manning, I think a lot of players wanted to come play with him.
Yeah, and not just offensive guys either.
Yeah, exactly. But Music City Sam says if Faison Brandon plays well this year, there'll be a lot of people that will want to play with that combo of Faison and DGG, and not to mention these receivers, Staley, Keys, Matthews will be interesting because there's a chance maybe if Matthews has a big year this year, he might go pro. But man, it's potentially loaded. The other one that I wanted to say too, because we were talking about some of the comparisons, there's been some lofty ones even on the show today, not even just the ones we heard from Eric Westmoreland. GBO Kyle Beach says, hey, by the time he's done, we might be comparing other running backs to DGG. We could be so lucky, man. Let's hope.
Let's hope he's that good.
Let's pump the brakes. That's all I'm saying. Just a little bit. Just give him a tap.
Bersovich says DGG will rush for 3 bills against Catholic.
Oh, that's it. That is the under.
Phil says the game would be over at halftime if Chattanooga Baylor was playing Webb, and he would probably get 400 yards rushing. He might be right.
We got George Quarles now.
I know.
That's not happening anymher.
George Quarles, last time I checked, is not out there making tackles. That kid is hard. I mean, there's a reason.
Coach him up.
There's a Walker. Just stop. He's going to gain however much he wants to gain against us. He would against you guys. There's a reason that you have multiple universities throwing around 7-figure offers to get this kid to come to their school.
I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't tear us up, but I mean, we wouldn't.
He'd gain
400 yards
in the first half. He would.
Kid Huddy says it's going to be interesting about the locker room dynamic with DGG since his financial deal is so well known. But that said, seems like a down-to-earth kid that works hard, so hoping it'll be the total opposite of what he called Pajama Boy.
Pajama Boy.
So, yeah, a lot of thoughts here on DGG for sure. But let's hop over to the phone lines. Matter of fact, this is the guy who called out that possible if there was a Baylor Webb matchup. And of course, he's a known Webb hater. That's okay. We love him anyway. Phil, you're on the drive. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Bob?
Hey, I'm doing good.
How you and Bear doing?
We're doing good. Walker's here too.
Say, Walker.
Hey, Phil.
Well, what happened to W? Is he taking the day off after all that work yesterday?
Yeah, I think he's we're trying to load balance here between he and I. I'm going to be out next week because I've got a commitment with my youngest daughter who's moving on to college. So I'm going to be out a little bit next week. So Russell is taking a few days off this week. So we're figuring now's the time to do it before football gets into full throttle.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about that big commitment yesterday. I do compare it to the Peyton Manning commitment back in the mid-'90s. Because Tennessee had good quarterback play up until Manning, but it seemed like the program was accelerated a little bit when Peyton came on campus. The recruits started coming in, and Tennessee won a national championship just a few years later.
That's true. I mean, I mentioned a bunch of names, and I don't even mention Peyton, which is a big disservice because that guy, obviously, you could argue was a program changer in a lot of ways.
They didn't get rid of that too. When they got Heath Schuler, that kind of propelled Tennessee quarterback play into another stratosphere. They went from Heath Schuler to Peyton Manning. It's kind of in a short time frame.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think we've been talking about this. I'd love to get your take too. Is like I keep talking about how DGG coming in is going to obviously create long-lasting impact with this program. Can he have the kind of pull that a Peyton did in terms of bringing other players that want to come play here? And while it may not be just him, it's if something happens where, knock on wood, Faison Brandon just starts to ball out, man, this becomes a really attractive destination, I think.
Yeah, not only that, there's always 2 or 3 or 4 players at Chattanooga Baylor. They're college players every year. That school's loaded. And my college is loaded with players too.
Yeah. How do you think it's going to, I don't know if you heard me say this yesterday, Phil, but what do you think it's going to be like in a couple of years if Marshall Manning turns out to be really, really good as far as the recruiting war and the passion and everything else? It's going to be, I think it'll dwarf potentially what we just saw.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about it because of the last name.
Yep.
Bob, y'all were talking about post play, you and Barry earlier in the show there. That's been Barnes' biggest weakness since he's been here, is the 5 position.
Yeah. Yeah, and it felt like we had it this past year, right? I mean, as far as like a...
Yeah, he's solid. He really was.
Yeah, I mean, so, and then lo and behold, then he's done, out of eligibility, and moves on. And
was he the best 5 of the Barnes era?
Like a true 5?
Yeah.
That's a good question. He might be. I think he's better than Kyle Alexander, don't you, Phil?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I wish we'd had Acapar for 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he
probably would have been an all-league player if he had been there 4 years.
He definitely came as advertised. I remember when we first got him, everybody was talking about him, saying that guy's got a motor. And I do remember watching a game, man, he shut down Zach Edey. And that's no small feat. And, you know, now we think back to it, and I'm not surprised. The guy's so athletic. It doesn't surprise me at all.
And that game against Michigan, it was a close game. And then once he sat on the bench, the game was over.
Yeah. Yeah, and he could have held his own against Mara. I mean, I don't know if you've watched any, it's over now, but Mara played in that summer league, and he looks, you know, we keep talking about Nate Ament needing time to develop. Mara's the same way. He looked overmatched, and that was just the summer league.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for football and basketball. It's that time now. We just, and you talk about, everybody talking about the 28 year being the year, or 27 year.
Yeah.
Our schedule is going to be, we're going to play 4 SEC games at home that year, and we're going to play 5 on the road. Is that going to be an advantage, even though you're going to have more talent?
That's an interesting point. I hadn't even thought about that. So less home games next year in the conference. Glad it's not this year, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we got a favorable home schedule, but can we beat?
Yeah, that's true.
These juggernauts we're playing at home.
That's true.
And can we get rid of that scum Vanderbilt program? Put it to rest. I cannot stand Candy at all.
Yeah. I think they regress this year. Doesn't mean they're a bad team, but they're not going to be another, you know, cusp of the playoff type team this year. There's no way.
Well, the Braves won today. That's another good thing.
Good for you. You and the Braves fans, you and Russell. I'm glad we don't have to hear him play the chop.
Russell would never be playing the music right now, you know?
Sure would.
All right, guys. See you.
Thank you, Philly. Hey, we're going to hit a break, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation. We got another caller on the line.
Yes,
and that's one we want to take. So, just didn't want to butt that up against a break. Let's take a quick time out, and we'll get back to the phones when we return. Be right back. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Only 3 homestands remaining for your Knoxville Smokies. Some of the best promotions are still to come. Join us next week for a jam-packed week with all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers. On Friday, let's continue the fight against breast cancer by painting the park pink. Saturday, we honor one of the founding members of the Negro Southern League, the Knoxville Giants. And Sunday Fun Day to end out the week. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotalandscapes.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal.
After this call, they're open again. But first, let's talk to DR Vol. DR, what's up, man?
Guys, we got breaking news.
Oh, man. I wish I could hit it. That's a Russell thing, but
No, we can. Hold on. Are you asking to be taken to the breaking news desk, DR?
I'm not asking, I'm begging.
This better be good.
Give the man what he wants.
It better be good, DR.
hit it.
Diego Pavia has been cut from the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, man. What a shame.
I guess we call it breaking news. Very petty breaking news.
Well, he's going to land on his feet. See who's already interested in him?
No. Who is?
The Midget World Wrestling Association.
That dude's got some sort of professional wrestling written all over him, man. He can definitely make a living doing that.
He gets squashed.
He'd be
He's
a great
5'6"?
Yeah, he'd be fantastic. He's a great heel. I mean, honestly, if he was playing for us, we'd probably be loving him. I hate to say it, but he does a great job at pissing people off.
God, his Wikipedia is already updated. Good Lord.
Really?
Some haters out there. Yeah, Diego Pavia is an American professional football quarterback who is a free agent, and this broke 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Him and Hornswoggle are going to have some great battles in the WWE.
I know who that is.
Wow.
That's a midget that wrestles. So Russell Dooley, I guess he is avoiding the media after a big loss, kind of like Dooley after Kentucky in 11.
Oh, you referring to the movie draft?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, in fairness to Russ, we were highly coordinated on this one. Like I said,
y'all were colluding over there.
What are you talking about? I'm not talking about the draft. I'm talking about taking time off.
Okay. I thought you were talking about collusion.
No.
Which wouldn't surprise me.
There was no colluding. It was just talent,
That's
man.
Russell's middle name, Russell C. Smith.
Well, if he was
colluding,
it's pretty embarrassing because
that is true.
Take a look at the scoreboard on the poll. It's not looking good. And there's a few people in the comments on the poll that did speak highly of Bear and Walker and their picks, but not Russ.
Bear did good in his picks. He had the 90s stolen from him. I don't care about the stolen election.
I mean, Bob obviously went big blockbuster yesterday, but I felt like the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, so I really should have won all three of those.
Bob for sure won yesterday. I voted for him. I mean, that was just great picks.
Very calculated.
I don't blame him. I mean, he just
winners
he
do.
did what Walker did.
Walker,
That's okay. Listen, I picked my favorite movies.
Yeah.
A lot of the time,
It's sad that you just can't admit, like Bob.
No.
That you went looking for a win. It's nothing wrong with it. We all value winning above everything on this show.
What did Rick Barnes do after Michigan laid him out in the tournament? He was like, okay, this is unacceptable. I'm going to go win, and I'll do what it takes to win. That's what Bob did.
Here's all I'm saying is that every movie I picked, I genuinely love and wanted to pick that movie because I like it. I don't know if Bob can say that about picking Avengers Endgame yesterday. I just don't know if that's 100% true.
That one,
Walker.
Go ahead, DR. You're good.
Well, I'm for you, Walker. I'm not against you, but I'm going to say Bob brought up a great point, and I've been listening to The Drive for 9 years. Don't miss a show. And how many times have you said you didn't know about a movie, and then this draft comes, and you're like Roger Ebert or something?
Well, look, because I've won, because Russ and Bear are big movie guys along with Bob, they convinced me to watch a lot of these movies in the past year and a half since I've been here. And a lot of the time, it's them asking me to watch Tombstone again, and that's the one movie they keep asking me about that I haven't seen.
It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
It is. I think that's what bothers me is he hasn't seen Tombstone, Bear. That's just one of my. It's on my Mount Rushmore movies.
And then also, you may not like it as much as Bear and I did, and Walker, but Russell, who I believe professes he thinks he knows more about films than any of us. Typical. But he's never seen A Few Good Men, and it's like,
that's
wow,
a big miss.
Yeah,
wow.
It's like, how can that be? How can that be?
Yeah, it makes me think different of him, honestly.
Well, then again, I haven't.
Makes me think that he's anti-American.
Yeah, he wouldn't be the first on this show.
Well, I mean, no, maybe he points a finger at me to take the spotlight off of him, the true commie on the drive.
That's what most undercover agents would do. Which, speaking of, I'm actually calling y'all from Cincinnati, Ohio, dressed in all orange.
Go Reds, go Bengals.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You got to rolling on up to Columbus.
Yeah, you're brave, man.
If you stay in Cincinnati, orange plays because of the Bengals.
Fair.
Different shade.
Well, that's true.
That's true. And then I was going to say, we talked about this a little bit earlier with Joshy Boy, as a matter of fact. I mean, what is going on with it? I mean, are we this bad as the Ohio State fans are when things don't go our way?
Okay, thank you. You go to the comments of DGG's tweet, all you ever hear about, and I get it because we're Tennessee fans, media portrays us as just, third world terrorist or something. They're horrible, man. And I know, I was up here 2 years ago, how they talk to us.
Yeah.
And I get it. Most of the media is Big Ten media, and, they're going to simp for them. But, my God, they've been terrible. But what I want to ask about DGG, I don't know about y'all. For years now, I have been out on recruiting, and I hate it. Because I remember back in the days, there was one signing day. I took off to go to Knoxville to a signing day breakfast at Swain Events show.
That's cool.
And it's just, over the years, I just don't care. And, man, this has kind of got me more into recruiting. Have y'all felt that way?
Most definitely. That's what I was saying. That's part of it for me. It's like I have a totally different point of view about this team right now. Now, wait till we have a bad quarter in one of our games and that'll all change. But right now I'm like, man, why can't we go 9-3 this year? And then hell yeah, man, next year, how about deep playoff run, maybe playing for a natty? I mean, I've not quite cheap, but I'm getting a little bit of woolly there.
Well, and we talked about 27, all these tools and weapons he's going to have. My one fear is, how is he going to, his play calling? Because I'm never going to forgive or forget that crap play call in the fourth quarter against Georgia. Is he going to go beta Heupel, or is he going to go 21-22 Heupel, where he just, threw it up there, let's see what happens?
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of Josh Heupel play calling, I can't wait to see how many yards DGG can pick up on the 2nd and 10 run up the middle that has 8 guys in the box. I can't wait for that one.
That's good, Walker. That's good. Yeah, I mean, oh, God. Again, I'll never forgive him for what he did last year. But I want that. I want that aggression, and maybe he knows next year he'll have the weapons he can do that again. But I do miss that. It is funny, though. You think about all the wins we've had against Ohio State in recruiting, but the losses hurt, too. I think Barry brought up Von Bell, and I remember that recruitment and how bad that hurt. And honestly, you look back, we really lost the recruitment against them when we got JG.
Yeah.
God.
That had to be my shot.
Are we going to be able to bring JG back on the show in the fall like we did this past fall? That was a good interview.
Did we get him on?
It was a great interview.
Yeah.
He had to call in because his flight.
Oh, that's right.
He was supposed to meet you guys at one of the remotes we did.
It was at Calhoun's.
At Calhoun's, but his flight, he had travel problems, so he had to call in.
That's right.
Yeah, he made it in for the game. He finally got in Saturday, but just barely.
He was great to talk to.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe even funner if DR showed up. JG wadded him up like a cheap paper bag.
Look, I'm not against him as a person. He seems like a great guy, but 2019 Alabama, need I say more?
Yeah,
What are you thinking?
Yeah, he's got a point, man.
Guys, I've gotten good and worked up. I'm going to hop off here before I have a stroke. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, brother.
We'd preferably do that
Yes.
before that happens.
Here's one from Lightning Lorraine Jenkins on the live chat. Bob, are people sleeping on Braylon Staley this year? He's only going to be a redshirt sophomore, and he was SEC Freshman of the Year last season. He could be here 2 more years. I think he's going to be insane. It is true. I keep talking about TK Keys and then Mike Matthews, and Staley was the best receiver we had last year.
Yeah, I haven't. I just, we haven't really started breaking it down.
Yeah.
Too awful much. So I'm not expecting much out of an incoming freshman, not in this offense.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like Heupel. There's a trust level. It depends on how well he's come in and picked up the playbook.
I mean, look, he wasn't a freshman. Obviously, he had been playing for a while, but I mean, Joey was able to get in with half an off season and learn the offense. It's very different because he had been in college for 4 or 5 years before then, but it shows that it can be picked up in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And the reason why we aren't talking about Staley is because we don't for sure know who's going to be throwing him the ball yet, which is a big factor for these receivers. But yeah, I mean, I think once we do figure out who our quarterback is going to be and we can fully commit to it, then you're going to start hearing about, oh man, now that we know who the quarterback is, look at all these weapons that he has. And Braylon Staley, along with Deshaun Bishop, will be the highlights of that.
Also, don't forget, man, the last part of the season last year, Ethan Davis was a dude, man. And I've been waiting for that breakout for a couple of seasons, and I'm just hoping it can carry over to this season because he was fantastic. And it's kind of like you got to believe he'd be playing hard for, his next step is to go into the draft. So we shall see. Here's a question I want to pose to you guys too. I think I might have heard this on Tony's show today with Watson Brown on there. I think Watson was the one saying that DGG, this guy is going to be on the field like starting at the beginning of the first season he's here as a true freshman. This is not quite the Josh Heupel way, but this guy's obviously different. Do we feel that that's going to be the case, even if Deshaun Bishop stays next year?
I don't think it'll be the case immediately because Josh Heupel, he always likes to use multiple running backs a year. Like even when Sampson broke the touchdown record, we were still seeing Bishop and who was the third guy?
Cam Seldon.
Yeah, Cam Seldon. They were getting carries. At a certain time, Bishop would get whole series out there.
Where the hell did he end up?
Who knows? But no, in that freshman year, especially if Deshaun Bishop stays, I think you'll probably see that of Deshaun being that lead back, and then you'll see a lot of DGG. He won't get 25 carries a game, but he might, peak around 10 carries a game and get a whole drive to himself and go out there and show it. And that could change as the year progresses, depending on how good he is.
Cam Seldon is a South Florida Bull.
Is that? Yeah, he was Virginia Tech last year.
Yeah, and then transferred to
South Florida.
I saw your Arizona State Devils got the feel-good transfer portal kid of the year.
Who?
Running back out, some no-name running back. He's got a 5-year-old out of Delaware, I believe. He was playing at some Podunk JUCO. ran for a bunch of yards last year, and Arizona State offered him. So
It wasn't that cat with the name I shared, was it?
no,
That guy. I got to call that one up. That was a classic.
No, I haven't heard. I'm sure I've seen his name, but I don't know the story. I'd have to look into it.
This guy's a linebacker for the Sun Devils with the name Prayer, like saying a prayer. Prayer Young Black Goat.
I have seen this guy floated around. I think he's actually going to be a starter too, so that'll be fun for the broadcasters out there.
Kid Huddy says, I retract my statement on Walker being the best Smith on the show. Sun Devil love is off-putting.
Well, you see, we got an Arizona Wildcats fan in this chat somewhere. What do people have against Arizona State? They're all across the country.
Marquise Gillis is the kid's name from Delaware State.
Have to look into him.
Ryan Hunsucker says Heupel started true freshman Dylan Gabriel and won 10 games. That was at Central Florida. It's a fair point.
It wasn't the SEC though.
Yeah, I still think there's been. Yeah, I still think he's got a little aversion to true freshmen. But again, we say all that, he might have one at quarterback this year, right? And he might be forced to do it with Faison Brandon. I'm there for it. I really am.
One of the national guys was spelling Gabriel's name Dylan.
Really?
Yeah, like John Reed took him out for a walk the other morning on Talk Sports. John had some good points. You're going to be one of these guys that's the voice of college football. You ought to learn how to spell these kids' names.
Larry Jenkins strikes again. He says the number 2 football overall recruit in the 2027 class just reclassified to the 26 class and will play for Texas this season, a cornerback. Boy, oh boy, I'd love to reclass DGG. I think we all feel that way. I'm not sure that's happening. Maybe if he came in the spring, that I could see, but I don't think we're going to see him on the field for any of our games this season.
No, of course not.
It's a little too late now.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Also, I mean, Deshaun Bishop's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Like we're forgetting, he rushed for 1,000 yards. He's might be our second best offensive player behind Braylon Staley.
And that dude is a house right now. I mean, we talked with Shump about Derek Owings and his impact on the players, like increasing their speed.
There's a significant speed difference between Double G and I love the Beaver.
Yeah,
I do, but it's
easy there.
It's fan run out of context. I do love the Carnes Beaver, Deshaun Bishop, but he's fast, but Double G he's like shot out of a cannon.
Hunsucker said, I left something out on his comment about Dylan Gabriel. He said, I also called Bear a moron.
He did. Yeah, that was mean.
That was mean. That's why I left
it out. Who called me a moron?
Hunsucker.
Just consider the source.
Commissioner Bachwinkle says DGG says his plan was to enroll in January. So love it.
Early enrollee, he'll be on campus, similar to Faison. He'll probably be on campus helping get late recruits in too, just like Faison did this last cycle.
Yeah, similar to Nico. Nico was an early enrollee too.
Yeah, we're still going to have to hold our breath for football season that he doesn't get hurt playing for Baylor before he gets here.
Is that how we're going to treat it? We're just going to be like, just don't even play for Baylor this year.
Don't bother me a bit.
Yeah. Phil says, by the way, he says DR rules, DR Vol. Georgia Tech game will determine how well the season turns out. You realize this will be the 5th straight season that we have played an ACC team.
Yeah.
In non-con.
Ooh.
And our record's good, right? We're 4-0.
I'll say, who have they been? It was Syracuse last year. It was NC State the year before.
Georgia.
No, Virginia the year
That's
before
right.
that.
Virginia.
And then the year before that, it was Pitt.
I remember that Pitt game.
That was a great game.
That was a great game.
Well, because we won. It was a little nervous making, but it was a good game.
You see what the get-in is for this game in Atlanta?
Huh.
I want to say it's like 300. For like nosebleeds, maybe around
I've
there.
never been
I
to
heard
that
Tony
stadium.
And the boys talking about it earlier.
Looks like a cool stadium, though.
I've been there one time for a game. It was just a throwaway game. I can't even remember who Georgia Tech was playing. I was just happened to be in Atlanta, and somebody had a ticket, and I went. It's a cool stadium. It's right there in the heart of Atlanta. Be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a tough place for us to go play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a true road game.
Yeah, that's for sure. Didn't we do a home and home with Pitt and lose to them?
We did. We lost to them in 21 and then
Yeah.
beat them in 22.
That was when 22 was the year. That was when Milton got hurt and we started Hooker for the first time. Or no, that was the game we lost the year before in 21.
As I recall, that Pitt game that we won was a big Cedric Tillman game.
Yeah.
Right.
Overtime.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was there were moments in that game where I thought we were going down for the count. It was not good. But all right, let's hit a break. When we return, we are going to talk a little basketball, Summer League, NBA Summer League. It is over.
Finally.
But there were, by the way, 11 Vols, former Vols, VFLs that played in the Summer League. And just about all of them did something. And a couple of them, frankly, excelled in the Summer League. So we're going to put a little bow on that when we return. So stick around. Be right back. It's The Drive. And you're listening to Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run Radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call for details at 865-539-1776 or just visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
been.
I've been excited about this.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like we've, and we'll continue the conversation on DGG today, tomorrow. It'll keep going. But one thing we didn't do is the NBA Summer League has been over now for a couple of days. And this is, I think, a good discussion and reminder of how far Tennessee basketball has come under Rick Barnes, because I know we haven't made a Final Four, but the 3 straight Elite Eights and all of those things, but also how many guys he's gotten to NBA level basketball. I think it's uncharted waters. I don't think it's ever happened like this before with any of the Tennessee coaches prior to Coach Barnes. This many players. So the summer league ends, and for what it's worth, I mean, it's just like, it's very high level pickup games, I think, but it's still a chance to see some of these guys out there playing. I do think the league's going to be pretty awesome for a while with some of these guys that are out there already that aren't Vols, by the way. The guys in the first 4 picks, DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, and Caleb Wilson. Those guys are all as good as advertised, and I think they're going to convey to the pros really well. But then there's also some Vols, and Golden State won the Summer League title over the Memphis Grizzlies, which, by the way, has a VFL playing for them. That would be none other than our guy Shaq, Jemai Mayshaq. But it was a big summer for 2 players in particular from my point of view. Of course, we had high expectations for Nate Ament, who went 13th in the draft to Milwaukee. We'll talk about him in a second. The 2 guys that had the biggest summers that are former Vols, Jacoby Gillespie and Chaz Lanier. Okay.
Really?
Chaz was tabbed the best second round sophomore for the Summer League by ESPN and ESPN.com. So that's the best guy who wasn't a highly regarded guy, and he's playing for the second time around in the Summer League. Chaz averaged 17.5 points per game.
Damn.
29 field goals made over the course of the Summer League games. 23 of those 29 field goals were from 3-point range. As a matter of fact, he shot over 50% from 3-point range in 31 minutes per game. So
that's how you get a shot at making a roster, isn't it?
Exactly. I don't know how it's going to work at Detroit, because they've got another player just like him in Duncan Robinson, who is just nothing but a dead-eye shooter.
Right.
But I think Chaz has proven he can play. I mean, this was a big game, a big series of games for him. Jacoby Gillespie for San Antonio averaged 16 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, and 4 assists per game. Averaged about 26 minutes played each game. And keep in mind, this guy shot 40% from the field for the entire Summer League. He had his first game out, he shot 3 of 17 from the field. So after that, he shot over 50% from the field. I mean, he like worked the kinks out in that first game. They were giving him really meaningful minutes too, like 28, 30 minutes per game in a lot of games. So
I just worry his size is going to.
I know, but dude is so tough, man. He's just so tough-minded.
I wonder who the smallest guy in the NBA is right now, or the shortest.
There's somebody smaller than him. I mean, I believe it. He's 6'1", I think they say. I think that's what they list him at. Well, that's what they list him at. He might be shorter than that, and we'll get to that, because I agree with you. There's, I think there's another one of our guys who it's not. I think this might be his last run at a Summer League because it didn't go well for Zakai Ziegler, and we'll get to that. Nate Ament, work in progress as expected. I don't think anybody's too surprised. He averaged 11 points and 5 rebounds, played about 23 minutes per game, shot 50% from the field, but it felt like the times I was watching kind of vanished on the floor at times. He was just kind of a non-factor a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
He did have one monster game, 23 points. We talked about it. He played over 30 minutes in that game. The big denominator in that game was Braden Burries, who ended up, I think, making the all tournament, Summer League tournament team. He wasn't on the floor for that game. So for the Bucks, you can clearly see it's like Braden Burries, and then maybe Nate's going to be like a sidekick, and that's okay. He'd still have a great career doing that, but there's still some work to do for Nate Ament. Now, there were others who had their moments too. I mean, Felix Okpara. I mentioned Jemai Mayshaq, Keon Johnson. Remember him? He was out there Kennedy Chandler, Jaden Springer. Hell, even Tyreek Key. Tyreek Key. Let me bounce this off of you real quick. Tyreek Key,
that guy.
He averaged 12 points a game in the summer league. 12 points. It's like he maybe had 12 points in games for us like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot.
But he was averaging 18 minutes a game, and he made the most of it. Jemai did Jemai things, 6.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists, a couple steals per game, just makes things happen. The one guy who I haven't mentioned, Felix, by the way, we were talking about Felix earlier.
Yeah.
He averaged 8 points a game, 5.5 boards a game. I just think he got a lot of minutes too. I mean, he averaged almost as many minutes played as Nate, almost 23 minutes a game.
I'm sure they're taking a hard look.
Yeah.
I mean, there's even at the NBA level, there's not too many kids or players his size.
Yeah. No,
with his rim protection skills.
I agree. The one, another blast from the past, Igor Milicic. Igor played for the Spurs in the summer league, averaged 17 minutes per game, 4.5 points, 7+ rebounds a game, which is one thing Igor always did for us was he could rebound, man.
Yeah. Just go ice cold from.
Yeah. The one, you look at this whole chart of players, and we've mentioned them all, Springer averaged about 7 points a game in the summer league. Keon Johnson about 8 points a game for the Magic in the summer league. Zakai Ziegler only played 5 minutes per game in the summer league for San Antonio. He only made 1 field goal during the entire summer league.
Damn.
I just feel like it's what we've talked about, and you kind of alluded to it with Jacoby. I think it's absolutely applying to Zakai. It's too small, man.
Yeah, I mean, in today's game, I mean, if this were, 30 years ago, back in that era of the NBA, he might have a better shot. I mean, that's when Muggsy and Spud were playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think there's a big difference because, I mean, what did they list Zakai at? Was it like 5'11"? There's no way he's 5'11".
No, man, I saw him out at the mall. He was maybe 5'8", 5'9" tops. I was a lot taller than him.
And I mean, I think those
6 foot.
3-4 inches makes a big difference when you're somebody, like I said, Jacoby. I think Jacoby's got a shot. Let's put it that way. It doesn't mean he's going to be a star in the NBA, but I think he's got a shot to stick with a team. I really believe that.
I mean, what does he do? I mean, who's he going to guard? For me with Zakai, it wasn't so much the offense and being an offensive liability, but more of a, like who's he going to guard? You going to put him out there on a 6'10" guard?
Well, and I think I remember watching it. I was there in person, bumped into DR Vol that day after the game. We were commiserating together after that Elite Eight game against Houston. You could see it firsthand. What Houston did to Zakai was they just big boyed him. And it's like, that's what the NBA is going to be like all the time.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything, man. It was so painful to watch for that to be the way his career ends. But so I think
there's a lot of worse things to be than being, I feel like Tim Tebow was one of these. Danny Werfel certainly was in football for Florida. There are just some guys that are unbelievable college players.
Yeah.
But their game just doesn't translate to the pros. It's not a knock on them. It doesn't take anything away from what they did in college, but their skill set just doesn't translate to the pros real well.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately for Double Z, he's in that group. So,
yeah. But so I just rattled off 11 names, though. That's how many guys are in the NBA Summer League right now, or were, now that it just wrapped up. I mean, that's something, man. I mean, again, only a few of them are kind of emerging right now, but some of those guys, Keon, Springer, those guys, they've hung around, man. They keep finding teams that put them on the roster, and there's worse ways to make a living, I'd say. So,
yeah. Well, it's definitely, I think it's definitely helped raise the profile of Tennessee basketball in general, because we've got guys all over the summer league. We've got guys in the league. Who are the guys that have kind of, I mean, obviously Tobias, but Grant.
And Josh Richardson, although he's kind of faded away here in the last season or
he's
two.
kind of getting older.
But he had a beyond my expectation NBA career. He was pretty solid for quite a few years.
I feel like Admiral got a little bit more than a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So Kyle Alexander did as well.
It's like, getting over that hump is going to be interesting. But I think, well, obviously Nate will get every shot, and it'll be interesting to see like what happens for Chaz and Jacoby, namely those guys.
Get Dalton Connect off the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
I am very curious to see what's going to happen with Felix.
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to make it?
Yeah, I agree. All right, hour 2 in the books. We got one more hour. When we return, we'll have the top 5 at 5 with Walker. And then Jake Crane will join us from Crane & Cone and On 3. A lot to talk about here in hour 3. So we'll be right back to do it on the other side. Stick around. It's The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Hour 3, getting ready to roll. One more hour before we call it a day here on The Drive. Got a lot to talk about, though, in this last hour. Appreciate you all being along for the ride so far. We've had a good one. Let's keep the momentum going with some more headlines, compliments of the Top 5 at 5. Walker, hit it, my man.
Thank you, Bob. At number 1, Tennessee strength coach Derek Owings highlighted how much faster Tennessee football has gotten this summer. He posted 2 spreadsheets on Instagram today showing that the Vols went from just having 12 players that ran over 20 miles per hour to now having 47 players in 2026.
Like we were saying with Shump earlier in the show, it's like it's hard to quantify what that means, but boy, you can't have enough speed, right? I mean, that's the thing. We know that much.
I mean, yeah, but also you can quantify it just by, like, we have guys that their max speed is faster.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of all the names were blurred out on the spreadsheet, so we don't know if someone got faster or anything like we did when he released, how much weight people had gained and all that type of stuff. But it's still nice to know that we have almost half of our roster able to run 20-plus miles an hour, depending on if they can play or not.
Yeah, and that's the question is we don't know, like, how many of them are, I certainly expect that from a lot of the skill players. It's like you don't need that necessarily for the offensive linemen, for example, and you probably don't have them in there. But the linebackers, defensive linemen, stuff like that stuff could be game changer material.
Yeah, and I mean, Bear talked about it earlier about Deshaun Bishop, but like, what if Deshaun Bishop gained an extra step?
Yeah.
Between last season and this season, how much better could he be if he got half a step faster or a full step faster? Derek Owings is making magic happen this summer.
Yeah. Well, highest paid strength coach in the country, so you
hope so.
He's earning it.
Yeah, for sure.
He definitely needs to. What he's getting paid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. At number 2, Rick Barnes spoke to the media after practice today and gave an update on guard Tyler Lundblade. The Vols coach indicated that Lundblade continues to be held out for, quote, precautionary reasons with a back injury, and the Belmont transfer is doing all he can to remain involved, including coaching from the sideline.
I just want to see Lundblade out there, man. That feels like I wouldn't call it the missing link. I mean, we still have some concerns about the inside game and what we have there. But, man, you got a guy who could be like a stone-cold killer on the perimeter. Shoots the ball like him.
I hate to hear it back.
I know.
That's why they're being precautionary. Like you said, He's not practicing. Like, all he's doing is recovering. So, I mean, they're not going to take any chances with him. I mean, if you're Tyler Lundblade, when the preseason starts to come around and you have those practices, hopefully Barnes will be able to coach up a little bit of defense. But, I mean, worst comes to worst, we need this guy to be healthy enough to stand in the corner and make jump shots.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's going to be doing is he's going to be the bailout pass into a 3 at the end of the shot clock and maybe once in a while draw up a play for him to get a shot off. But we just need him to be able to stand there and shoot threes, move around a little bit.
Yeah, all I'm saying is once, especially at this age, you start having basketball players with back problems. I hope he's able to play. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. At number 3, LSU head coach Lane Kiffin is calling for an NIL rookie cap to be implemented across the sport. And while the talk of a salary cap could lead to potential antitrust lawsuits, Kiffin believes something must be done to rein in the rising cost of players that have never played it down in college football. Earlier this month, NACOS reported that in June was one of the most expensive months for high school recruiting of the NIL era as college football teams sought to shore up their 27 and 28 rosters.
Is it just me? So much of this stuff, I mean, Walker, you had sent us something on the text thread earlier in the show. I sit there and I read it and it like hurts my head. There's just so much legalese being thrown around. And
yeah, I don't know whether I don't know what's what anymore.
It's tough, man. And I feel like I'm a pretty good student of this stuff, but man, it's a lot because it's something new every single week. Some modification, some different position, some different appeal. I mean, I want it like the old days, Bear.
It ain't coming back, Bob. You and me both, though. But I don't know. When you start really thinking about it, though, in the old days, Alabama got to pay their players and get away with it, and everybody else would get in trouble.
Yeah.
Or most everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, despite the fact that it came from Lane Kiffin, it's not a bad idea to put a cap on how much money you can give a high school player heading into this college year. Because, I mean, we found out we're going to pay DGG $2 million on his deal.
Yeah.
So, and he hasn't played it down. It's a lot of money for a guy who hasn't played it down. Granted, he looks like he can't miss, but there's no such thing as can't miss, as we found out. So putting a cap on the amount of money you could pay a rising freshman could be a smart thing to do down in the future. At number 4, the Ravens have waived former Vanderbilt star quarterback Diego Pavia prior to training camp.
Wow.
The 2025 Heisman Trophy runner-up, Pavia was part of the Ravens competition for the number 3 quarterback spot during spring practices. Baltimore has narrowed that competition down to veteran Skylar Thompson.
God.
Beat out by Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
Didn't he play at Kansas State, I think?
Yeah, I think he played there, and also he started a couple games in the NFL because he was Tua's backup in Miami for a while, so he played a bunch. Not a good quarterback. Not a backup you are excited to see when they come in.
No.
So,
Diego couldn't even beat that guy. But I got to tell you, that's what I think some of that is. We talked a little bit about it. There's a bit of a parallel to what we just talked about with Zakai Ziegler. I mean, Diego's a little dude, man, and you can get away with that in college. And I know Flutie played a little while in the NFL, but I'm trying to think. I guess Kyler Murray
and Russell Wilson are the two that you look at that are under 6 feet and succeeded. But, I mean, you look at Kyler Murray, he was a number 1 draft pick, and he's not quite been that. He's had his moments, but tore his ACL and has always been inconsistent.
And Russell Wilson was like an elite overall athlete. Well, both of them were. They were both drafted for baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Pavia ain't that, man.
He's not.
Yeah, good college football player. Obviously, he showed that, but I can't say I'm too surprised.
No. And at number 5, TV personality Dr. Phil claims the Trump administration tapped him to review government files about UFOs before they're released to the public. The White House sought him to provide his commentary on the files, which included scrutinizing how the public might react to learning that humans are, quote, somewhere different in the food chain of the universe.
Did you say Dr. Phil?
I certainly did. Having allegedly reviewed the files, Dr. Phil said he was convinced they revealed a government cover-up about the truth behind UFO sightings, including government agents not sharing their full knowledge.
The way the White House is using TV doctors between him and Dr. Oz, I'm surprised. Too bad Trapper John's dead. Otherwise, they'd probably
pull him out.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Dr. Phil?
Yeah, they wanted his take on aliens.
That's we got our resident guy here in state, Birch. It's big alien knower.
He is a big alien guy. You got nothing? You believe in aliens?
No.
No?
I mean,
yeah,
you're gonna have to show me proof. I don't know.
Did you watch Stranger Things?
I watched like the first half of it.
Because, I mean, there's some subplots there, and it ties into Russia, by the way. I figured that might be up your alley.
It does get Russian in the show.
It doesn't. He's not here, so there's no reason to put on.
But there's some. The point was they were kind of using extraterrestrials as a potential weapon. So
possible.
It's all possible, man.
But Dr. Phil says he's seen the files. He says they're hiding something.
I mean, what are they supposed to be hiding? I just assume all these unidentified flying objects are just incredibly top secret, high performance military vehicles.
Well, those vehicles could be not from this earth. We don't know.
So they're probably from the skunk works out in the desert.
I'm a little scared now that I'm thinking about it all.
Dr. Phil, have you scared?
So you're more likely to believe in aliens than the other theory where, what's it called? Where CERN turned something on and then it split our universe in two.
I don't believe.
I don't
any
even
of
know
it,
what that is.
honestly. I'm playing along, doing a bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sold on any of this stuff.
Not an alien guy, Bob?
No.
I'm not a big fan of CERN. I think there's certain things that we shouldn't mess with.
Yeah. What is that? What is CERN?
I can't remember what it stands. It's where they do like the particle colliders. They do experiments where there's not a 0% chance that what they're doing couldn't cause a chain reaction and destroy the planet.
Oh,
at a quantum physics level.
Some nuclear physics, that type of stuff.
I mean, they put, what do they call it? The God particle. I don't know. We're getting sidetracked here. Feels weird without Russ here to go down the rabbit hole with me.
No, he'd be all about it. I mean, as a matter of fact, he'd be spewing some stuff that, like it's all fact.
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some more stuff for our elected officials in Washington to be kind of working on right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, they got to get on the phone with Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, no kidding.
Was that real?
Oh, yeah.
He really tried to call the president.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Those golfers, man. Remember Tiger tried that too.
No, he was on the phone. I'm on the phone with the president.
Incredible.
Tiger's got his number.
That's good.
Big Dog in West Tennessee said he thought Tim Burchett was more a Sasquatch guy.
Nah, he's an alien guy.
That's what I thought too.
What was the whole thing with Burchett? Was he a big aliens in the ocean guy?
I don't know. I quit listening, honestly.
What the hell's that got to do with Knoxville and the people he represents? I mean, not
know.
throwing off on the guy. I'm not trying to get political, but
No, I know.
all these people, they're wasting our money.
Yes.
You work for us, both sides. Quit wasting our money.
Okay.
Whoa.
Lining your pockets.
Oh.
That's it, Walker, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's
All right,
it.
Walker.
Why'd
Good
you
job.
walk us into the political minefield? Now I've got a rant.
I was talking about aliens.
Yeah. Well.
Start bringing it. I can't believe we're wasting. They're at with the straight. I don't care.
The top 5 at 5.
Find more snake stories for the kicker than that.
It's brought to you by us, but I do have a little bit of a promotional announcement to make. 3 weeks from tonight, a tradition like no other will continue. That would be Fan Run Night.
Hey.
At Covenant Health Park. The Smokies. Thirsty Thursday. All of these clowns around here, hanging out, playing games in between innings. Somebody will throw out a first pitch. Got baseball. Got beer. Got food. Got a great park. Remember we all hung out at the mezzanine level.
Yeah.
Last time. It was nice. It was nice. We'll also have tickets to the game for people, etc. More to come, but I just want to make sure you start marking your calendars because 3 weeks is going to fly by.
Mm-hmm.
That's August 13th. August 13th, Covenant Health Park. More details to come, so stay tuned to these Fan Run affiliates.
What do we got to do to get Russell to throw out the first pitch at Fan Run Night?
I'd love to see that.
I think we need to be
Talk
pushing
Sports
for that.
had it the past 2 years.
Yeah,
that's right.
John couldn't get it to the plate, and then Cody threw a strike last year.
Cody's was kind of like a lob, though, wasn't it?
I will tolerate no slander of the big man.
No, I'm just saying. He was
throw
gutsier than me to do. I'm not doing it. Russell should do it.
Let's say if anyone from this show is going to do it, it's going to be Russell. I'll
Yeah.
probably be here having to produce the show. You guys
Can we
be on
taunt him
site.
into throwing from the mound?
Oh, if we
See,
try.
that's what I think.
could.
That I was right there behind John a couple of years ago when that was his undoing. He should have gotten off the mound.
I think it may have been Blake Burke. It was one of the guys that had played at Tennessee that we had on the show, and like off the air told us like tell him not to try and throw off the mound.
Yeah,
was just adamant, point blank about it. He goes, do not do that.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
It just completely throws you off being up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get Russell to throw this first pitch.
off the mound for sure.
I think it has to happen. We got to get him to throw the first
I think it's
pitch.
full nucleolution, like hits the Smokey Bear mascot in the head, drills him.
We'll speak it into existence. You're right. The Talk Sports guys did it the first 2 years. It's time to mix it up.
Yeah,
let's do it.
And playbook. I mean, he's still a rookie.
No, speaking of that, and I love William, but you're right. Today I heard him on my ride in that he thinks maybe Lane Kiffin's turned a corner. And I'm like, oh, silly rabbit.
Malignant narcissists don't turn corners.
No. Lane talked today about his abstaining from social media. And Shump said it's been since June. Kiffin was saying it's been since late May. So who to believe? Maybe he's already lying about that. I don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know. But
it would be Shump would be in this scenario who I would believe. I think Lane Kiffin out of the between Fulmer and Heupel, I honest to God think Kiffin was the worst out of the four.
Yeah. He said a lot of things today, talked about, did the whole, it was a filibuster, first of all, to avoid getting hit with too many questions, right? Because they have a limited window of time up there. So he spoke, they said it was like nearly 3,000 words that he spoke up there.
Butch used to be the master at that.
Yeah. And so basically then it limits the time. There's only just time for a handful of questions, and that's it. So, and there's obviously a lot to talk about when it comes to Lane Kiffin and, his transition from Ole Miss to LSU, et cetera. But he did a lot of life is short, and all this other stuff. And I don't want to sound like that was trite and ungenuine, but again, it's hard for me. I was sucked into that stuff a year and a half ago. I was like, man, I think this guy, I saw a piece that they did on him and how he's, he's sober, all these other things. I was like, good for him, man. People grow up, people change. That's awesome. And then the whole thing that happened with LSU and Ole Miss, man, he went right back to who he really is. So I'm not buying it this time. That's all. Big Dog in West Tennessee says, Burchett believes the government is covering up the existence of aliens. Also, when he was Knox County mayor, the show Finding Bigfoot taped an episode in Knoxville, and he declared a day Knox County Bigfoot Day.
Great show, Finding Bigfoot. That was big on the Animal Planet growing up.
Yeah. Lastly, one more small quarterback who's actually doing pretty well in the NFL, Bryce Young.
He's doing better.
Yeah, not great, but I think he's going to stick. Let's put it that way.
Until he gets hit in the head really hard.
Well, there's that.
Speaking of Kiffin and SEC Media Days, we're going to talk right after this brief timeout with a guy who joins us pretty regularly and usually brings the smoke when it comes to talking about college football, and SEC Media Day will be top of mind for this guy, I'm sure. It's Jake Crane from Crane & Company on On3. He'll be joining us. So we'll do that right after, again, a quick timeout. So stick around. We will be right back. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Only 3 homestands remaining for your Knoxville Smokies. Some of the best promotions are still to come. Join us next week for a jam-packed week with all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers. On Friday, let's continue the fight against breast cancer by painting the park pink. Saturday, we honor one of the founding members of the Negro Southern League, the Knoxville Giants. And Sunday Fun Day to end out the week. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia, courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys, every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when
DGG commitment from last evening, and also SEC Media Days. There's always some little nugget to take away from there, and it's over now. So there's probably a lot of things to talk about. As we like to do every couple of weeks, we'd like to bring in a friend of the show to get his perspective, because this guy loves talking ball, and we love talking ball with him. It's Jake Crane from Crane and Cone, part of On 3. Jake, how are you, man?
Man, I am doing fantastic. Baby's due in about a week and a half, so we're driving in the fourth. And look, I'm trying to get to the point now we can just knee it out. You know, we got to go and down there and find glory. We just got to not screw it up.
There you go. That's awesome, man. I knew there was another one on the way, but didn't realize it was coming that quickly. So congratulations, and I hope all that goes
Thanks,
well,
buddy.
man. You are living the dream.
I don't know if she may not feel the same way. What you said, a week
and a half.
Yeah. I mean, it's to the point now where, and she's a champ. Like she doesn't like go crazy when she gets pregnant, but we're so deep in it now at this point. She's like, look, let's lock that epidural in and get to pushing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hell, I need an epidural going through half of that watching her. So
yeah, exactly. Well, that's awesome. That's good stuff, man. So we got a lot to unpack here. We'll get to SEC Media Days here in a minute, because there were some things that happened there. I mean, it's not always that eventful a deal, but a lot of those new coaches gave it a little oomph this time around. So we'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to get your take. Not that it was a revelation, but David Gabriel George yesterday announces that he is going to be a Tennessee Vol in the 2027 season. Beat out Ohio State. I guess Ole Miss was in the conversation for a minute, but then they fell out. And again, it wasn't the best kept secret around these parts. We knew kind of late last week, heard he was spending time at Peyton Manning's place in Ooltewah and other things. So kind of knew what time it was. But I do think, this is what I want to get your take on, is he's still a season away, but it changes, I think, kind of at least the fans' outlook for what this team can do. They think about 2027, but it also, I think, reinvigorates some trust in, hey, man, Josh Heupel could be putting something together that's pretty cool here.
Oh, without a doubt. And look, at the end of the day, the kid's got to sign the paper first. That's what I always say when I'm talking about recruiting, because I did it. Unless he did and I just don't know it, which if that's the case, great. But, the rules change every 3 months. Here's what I will say. It should give you a lot of faith. I've watched the tape on this kid. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw a running back this ready. I think he could step on, if they played next Saturday, I think he could step in and play and belong. I mean, it's such a rare combo of a guy that runs upright the way he does. You know who he reminds me of? And I've got to see the size comparisons because I think he may be bigger. He reminds me of Dalvin Cook.
Oh, nice.
Like when I watch him run, because it's, Dalvin is well put together, but his burst, his 5 to 10 yard burst to be the size he is. And I think when you watch that kid's film, it's not, the broken tackles are one thing, but when he kicks it on, when he really kicks that thing into the highest gear, he's different. And to be able to do that, do it vertically, do it laterally, and be that size, I mean, he's ready to go right now. There's a reason he's ranked where he's ranked. I mean, he's a grown man already, and yeah, it should make you feel good. Hey, let's get that quarterback position right. You know what I'm saying? What if we had a great quarterback and we brought this monster in here to do it? Like, imagine that. So yeah, it does offer a lot of hope.
Yeah, and that's another thing we were talking about. I'd love your thoughts on that. Is you just said it. If the quarterback situation gets right, and by all accounts, based on what we think we know, fall practice will begin here in a little less than 2 weeks. But feels like Faison Brandon is every bit in the mix as George McIntyre, and it could be Faison's job to lose now. And what if he's good, man? And so the question becomes, I pose the question of, is DGG one of these guys that can attract other players, or is it that happens with quarterbacks, but man, if you get both of those two dialed in going into next year, that's a pretty scary proposition too.
Yeah. And, I think especially at running back, it helps you with probably every other position than running back. Cause there's probably not a lot of other guys at that position that could go anywhere and play early. They're going to want to sit behind, Achilles right there. So yes, 100%. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, it's a lot more fun to block for players that are good. I don't want to be out here blocking for guys that can't play. Why am I doing this to myself and y'all aren't any good? We're not going to win. So yeah, look, great players want to play together. They always have. It didn't start with the super team with LeBron and D-Wade and Bosh with the Heat. We've seen this movie before. So yes, and especially if Faison Brandon comes out and can do it, and you've got him coming back after a year of experience, and the running back coming in. I mean, I think Tennessee's going to finish just fine in recruiting. I mean, yeah, you got to feel great about it.
Here's something else I want to pick your brain on, because we're joined by Jake Crane with Crane and Cone at On 3. You've been in the coaching world, right? And so one of the things that we just have been learning today, this is a new one. And by the way, I don't think we see this happen very often with big 5-star recruits mentioning how excited they are to be working with the strength coach at their new school. And that's what DGG talked about that last evening, talked about Derek Owings. And a report came out today that Owings reported that last season, Tennessee had 12 players who could run 21 plus miles per hour. Okay. Now with the Owings effect, that number's up to 47 players. So 4 times that number. Yeah, so,
really?
Yes. So from your perspective, obviously, I mean, you dumb it down and it's like, yes, man, speed matters in this game, but and for a strength coach, those are kind of the KPIs that you need to deliver as a strength coach. I get that. But from your perspective, like with a coach's head on, I mean, how much of a difference maker do you find that to be?
Well, in the ever-changing world of college athletics, the one thing that will never change is physics.
Yeah.
So if I'm bigger than you and I'm faster than you, I'm probably going to win.
Yeah.
Unless we just have no coordination, but that's really rare. That's a wild number if true.
Yeah.
12 to 47.
Yep. Quadruple.
I mean, God,
right?
what, y'all cut all the offensive linemen? That is, that's unbelievable. Why isn't this guy helping us fight Iran? That's my question.
Yeah,
What are we doing this?
Well, yeah, we've been saying that highest paid strength and conditioning coach in college football, apparently. And it's like, yeah. So yeah, keep going.
He's cloning players right next to the barbershop in the facility.
I mean, it is staggering when you think about it. I mean, the guy's only been on the job about 6 months. It's not like he's been doing this, working on it for a year plus, but kudos.
I mean, God, 2 years from now, y'all going to be in the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's talk a little about SEC Media Days, because again, it's kind of depending upon how you look at it, it can be kind of a nothing burger. There's a lot of coach speak, et cetera. But boy, this time around, we got a lot of new coaches and felt like there was a little bit of peacocking going on. And ironically, the one who wasn't doing it was Lane Kiffin. But who would you say won Media Days from your perspective?
Well, look, as much as, and again, at the end of the day, the press conferences don't matter. You can be the best press conference guy. If you lose, they're going to fire you and hate you. But I would say the person that I always think wins is the one who I just found the most entertaining. I thought Golding was funny.
Yeah.
I think he tried to do the corporate thing for a couple minutes and then just totally reverted back to just Pete Golding. And if, people that know Pete, if you know Pete, that was 100% Pete Golding. And yeah, you got a lot of young coaches in here now. They're strutting their stuff. Like they made it. You know what I'm saying? Pete made it. John made it. Alex made it. Will made it. Ryan made it. You go down the list. I mean, Lane went to LSU. These young guys are coming in here feeling like, look, I just made the bigs. And I think the young coaches kind of realize now that at the end of the day, you can't say anything that's going to get you fired. But you might as well just be yourself at these things because how it goes on the field is going to determine if you have a job either way. I mean, we've seen guys with no personality win on the field, and they're the most popular guy ever. You see guys with huge personalities. If they win on the field, it's just, hey, man, Ed's being Ed. Edo, he's being Ed. It works. It's one of those things. So I think the younger guys are just like, look, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to have fun with it. So I would say Pete, but Coach Summerall's awesome. Golish was good. He was locked. He was fired up. You could tell. Lane, I thought he nailed it. He accomplished what he wanted to do, right? He wanted to filibuster enough where you couldn't pass the bill. And, they asked him a question about what he said about diversity in Oxford, and then he started talking about Hulk Hogan for 10 minutes. Yeah. So I thought, as the guy who watches some political media every now and then, I thought Lane nailed it.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. And who would have thought that between Josh Heupel and Lane Kiffin, that Heupel would be the one that did a little bit of a troll comment on Media Days. It was like after his podium session.
Well, Josh has built up so much equity in the not putting your foot in your mouth category that he can afford to throw a couple strays out there, just to let him know you're still here. You got to shoot a couple arrows at the boats, So, yeah, I thought Lane was good. I didn't think anybody really blew it or screwed it up. I think it went. Most PR people at the SEC places are probably pretty happy right about now.
Yeah, I agree with you on Golding. I thought Golding. I even talked about it here. I thought it was great, and SEC Network guys said it. It's like they can't recall a time a coach got applause actually when he walked off the stage at that.
Yeah,
that
Pete's
deal.
like that. Pete's like that one friend you make that never really talks about his family, and you think maybe he could possibly be homeless, and then you found out like his dad invented Twizzlers or something, and they're super rich. That's just who Pete's like.
Yeah, exactly. Talking with Jake Crane and Cone. And Summerall, I guess Summerall came out and said he was, kind of joking about his whole thing where he called out the reporter, and because that's
God, people just need to get a grip.
I agree.
This you can always tell who's been around guys like that, intense people. If you really watch the video, Summerall's kind of smiling behind it. He's being 100% sarcastic. And if you don't believe me, look at the way John Summerall treats the media. He let all these podcasters that aren't even linked to Florida come and run the 40 inside the facility, and he hung out with them. Like, this dude, it's just such a total overreaction and just softness. The guy was making a joke. Like, he was being sarcastic. Grow up.
Yeah,
That's why I
agree.
don't like being called a journalist.
I mean,
I'm not. I'm a guy that played sport and coached sports that talks about it. I'm a talkaboutist.
Yeah, I mean, and it was at one point, I guess, one of the ones with the most scathing remarks was not a journalist, but Tom Crean, of all people, who I actually like Tom Crean as a TV analyst, but I don't know how the hell he got into the mix on that.
Yeah, he just looks like he just looks like the guy that's trying to kill Spider-Man with the 8 metallic arms and legs. To me, I just can't get past it. Doc Ock.
Yeah, Doc Ock.
Yeah, I just feel like he's gonna climb through the side of a building.
He's got
try and grab me by the throat with that thing.
Particularly when he was coaching, because I'm from Indiana and I'd see a lot of games.
Sid can win in Indiana, but you can't. You were the basketball coach. That's got to feel terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but he had some of the strangest facial expressions during games and everything.
Oh yeah,
else. He's just peculiar.
Yeah, he's the guy. Men in Black would investigate. they would at least open an investigation.
Isn't he Harbaugh's brother-in-law?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you imagine that dinner? It's probably like that show The Bear. That dinner scene.
Just the awkwardness and just the entire spectrum.
Yeah. Now, I did not. Did you? I know you have a show you do too. Obviously, Crane and Cone, and we were doing our show, so I didn't get to see much of Sark. He was the guy who kind of put a bow on SEC Media Days, and he's been a little feisty here in the off season with some of his comments. Did you hear anything from him?
No, not really. I mean, he talks about their schedule. He's like, "Yeah, we have a real schedule," and he's right. It's a real schedule. That's who they're going to play. There was no jokes pulled when it comes to scheduling. I thought he was good. I mean, Sark's bit a little bit here and there. He's trying to let people know, he's got some bite. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's got an army. He doesn't need to say anything. I mean, they're going to be really, really good.
Yeah. I'm going to rewind a couple weeks. So this is something you and your guys on your show posted. The top 5, each of you picked top 5 biggest upsets of 2026. And you now, speaking of Texas, your brother Blaine, I'm assuming he has Texas versus Tennessee. So I'm assuming he's got, in his mind, he thinks Tennessee could be beating Texas, right?
Yep.
I love that guy.
He picked that.
Love that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably the most popular one of us right now. When you look at the recent picks here, and look, in this league, anything can happen, man. And nothing would. Tennessee's good enough up front to beat anybody, and when you can do that, you're going to catch somebody most likely.
Yeah, and then the one that caught my eye with yours was, and I've seen someone else talk about this too. Maybe I just have slept on Nebraska. Do we think Nebraska is going to be good enough? You got them potentially beating Indiana, right?
Yeah, Calandria's nice at quarterback. He's a kid that was at Virginia and went to UNLV last year, and they had to score 40 points a game to even be in it. He's the quarterback there. I really like his game. I think up front, they're as good as they've been in a while. And not saying Nebraska's going to set the world on fire or anything, but I think they're talented enough. You look when that game is, I think it's week 5. It's Indiana's first big game really on their schedule. It's on the road. Nebraska should most likely be undefeated. Could be a top 25 game. I don't know. The spidey senses are tingling on that one.
I'll tell you what. I'm a little bit more.
Hey, you want me to tell you another one to watch out for? You want me to tell you another one to watch out for?
Yeah, of course.
And you won't hear this from anybody else. Watch Idaho, Utah, week 1 now.
Really?
Watch Idaho and Utah.
Idaho and Utah.
Yeah, Idaho's pretty good.
That's wild.
Yeah, the Vandals, baby. The Vandals, new coach at Utah. I know he's been there, but opponent you should kind of run over. They're a quality FCS team, man. Do not be shocked if you look up in the fourth quarter and that's a touchdown game.
Now, what about I understand, I wasn't aware of this somehow, Jake, that you're a Barner.
And yeah.
Well, what's your
that's
pick?
Actually the best compliment you could give me.
We've got our former OC. He's beloved around here, Comrade Golish, and the Auburn War Eagle Tigers. Who you picking? You picking an upset there? The War Tigers going to beat us this year?
Well, we'll see if it's an upset by the time that game comes. I think it could be probably a pretty tight spread. Look, again, if you've ever rooted for Auburn in anything, you understand that whenever you feel good about something, it's going to kill you, and when you feel the worst about it, something good happens. It's the hope that kills you. So we'll see, but I think that could be a pick 'em.
I'll tell you what, back to that Nebraska-Indiana game, I'm a little bit more of an oldster than you. It'd be good for college football if Nebraska could pull that off in Lincoln. That'd be a big deal.
Yeah, Matt needs it. He's been trying to finish these apartments for 5 years. At some point, dude, people got to move in,
I mean, that used to just be an annual curb stomping in Nebraska and Indiana.
Oh, yeah. No, it's times have changed.
Oh, dude. I mean, heck, one of them, Nebraska's a basketball school right now, man. Indiana's football school.
That's right. It's crazy. World's upside down. Speaking of upside down, our guy, did you see Josh Pate's new assignment with the Bussin' with the Boys guys?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm happy for Josh.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know, maybe it's me, but I really don't see, and I like Will and Taylor a lot. I know both of them. I just don't see them as college football guys.
No,
like NFL guys to me.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we get some college football guys on there, like true college football guys?
Yeah, I get ESPN wanting to do more college football coverage. I applaud that. But, yeah, that's a fair point. Hey, listen, man, as always, appreciate you spending time with us. Let the listener know where to check out your guys' show, because these guys, they do a great job talking ball all the time.
Appreciate it, man. Look, easiest way to go to YouTube is Crane and Cone, CRAIN and Cone, and come hang out with us.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, listen, man, if we don't talk to you again before the new arrival, we'll be thinking about you. Congratulations. That's great stuff.
Thank you.
And and I'm sure we'll be getting with you again before football hits.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
See you.
Jake Crane with Crane and Cone. That's an interesting one. Idaho, Utah. I saw you shaking your head, Walker, in defiance.
You're writing it down. I figured the way you all are about gambling.
Or maybe there was something else you
No,
were
I just think Utah's going to be really good. Like, I think if I think if the Big 12 is going to get two teams in, it's going to be Texas Tech and Utah. Utah is probably that threat to challenge for that second spot. But so I was kind of leaning the other direction for Utah, thinking they're going to be pretty good, especially with Texas Tech. That'd be a good pick to win the conference.
So from a consistency standpoint, the fact that Whittingham's gone, they promoted from within, so you feel they're not skipping a beat.
No, when I remember them hiring or getting rid of Whittingham, everything I remember hearing is that they had tapped this guy to take over for Whittingham for a long time.
Yeah. Well, man, that gets me excited thinking about some of these other matchups.
Yeah, we definitely got to get Jake on the week of the Auburn-Tennessee game.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. That was fun stuff. All right. Let's hit one more final break as we wrap up the show today. We'll be back to talk about a few things. Might need to celebrate a little for me.
Celebrate what?
Victory.
What?
Because it's official.
Yeah, okay.
I have to hit the breaking news.
No, we don't.
I'm kidding. All right, one more time out. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. For the fans. By the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you.
call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Fall fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Welcome to Axel Legit.
He immediately posts about 40 minutes ago. This just gets me going. Terrence Hill and Juke Harris are putting on an absolute show in Tennessee's basketball practice open to the media this afternoon. So
jealousy's not a good look, Bob.
Well, I just love you guys, but I'd rather be there than here.
Well, I mean, I think we all would love to be at practice.
Yeah.
I would really like to hear Barnes just chew some rear ends.
I've been invited to one, and so today's their last practice and they're going to take a break now until classes start. So once that happens, I'm going to be able to go, and I cannot wait. And that's namely why I want to go. He's got
to be like a world class ass chewer.
Well, what I've heard is they run parts of practice first where he's not involved. And then they get to the 5-on-5, and that's where that's his time. That's where things get weird.
Weird, or
yeah.
I imagine the magnifying glass is pretty like an electron microscope level of magnification on anything wrong.
Yeah. I can't wait. They're back the week of August 24th, so be able to get in there and check them out.
We're right there at it.
I know, right? I mean, it's crazy. Well, I mean, do you remember back in the day when the whole thing about college basketball, you couldn't practice till October 10th or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
That's such BS, man. These guys have been going.
I mean, these kids go year round now, and all these sports. I mean, baseball basically just ended, and we all know that we're going to be talking baseball here in about 6 weeks once fall ball starts up.
It's crazy. Do you know who Chris Marler is?
I've heard the name.
He goes by @VernFunquist on X. Does a lot of LSU stuff. But I mean, I consider him somebody who's been around the block, done it before. He put in his official SEC preseason ballot because that's what they do at the end of media days.
Yeah.
We'll be talking more about that tomorrow for sure. He He picked Texas first, Georgia second. Okay. LSU third, a little homer move, but there's varying points of view on LSU that they could be really good or that's going to be a little bit of course correction.
Right.
Oklahoma fourth, and then Tennessee fifth, which is
that's probably pretty accurate.
Well, a lot of people have us more near the middle of the pack, like 7 or 8. So 5, I like.
I mean, if we had a proven quarterback, like this was Faison or George for that matter, going in like their second or third year, I think we'd be higher up just because of the surrounding cast. I'm not sure if you saw that. Somebody put out one of those graphs. We don't have a tier 1 quarterback because Faison is so young.
Yeah.
But we're on the extreme outer edge of like surrounding talent.
Yes.
We've got we've got Deshaun Bishop coming back. We've got 4 or 5 offensive linemen back, veteran, experienced wide receivers, experienced tight end, yada, yada, yada. So
here's
all going to come down to that quarterback play.
Sure is. A couple things have transpired while we were doing the show. This was sent to me from one of the listeners. This is Stephen Hargis, who's well-known writer down in Chattanooga. Stephen's good at what he does. He said, now for an important point. This was last night. I asked at David GG27, that's DGG, the correct pronunciation of his last name, and he confirmed the S is silent. So it's very much like what we heard. He said the same thing. It's George. Some people call me Georges, which I don't mind, but if my mom hears it, she might get mad a little bit. And that's what Bud and Savannah was saying. So, and then I think it was GBO Kyle Beach who said he saw a video with sound and heard this interview same way too. So I guess now we know. So I'm just, like I said, I'm going to call him DGG. Leave it at that.
David Gabriel George.
I guess it's David Gabriel George. So Russell was correct, as much as it pains me to say it, because he's been saying that, and he was getting a little bit of heat from people saying it's George's, but there's still some other journalists who thought that was the case. But
yeah, sometimes he's occasionally right. Did want it to be known he is still the president of the No Cavity Club at Knox Smiles. I'll take care of all your dental needs, Dr. Costa.
Nice.
And those folks over there. But yeah, he made sure to text me today to let me know he was still king of the No Cavity Club at Knox Smiles.
Oh, that's good.
Let me give him a scepter. He can, tell him where he can stick it.
No.
Joshy
Boys Parlay on the live chat said this has really been a great show today. More callers is a plus. So thought that was interesting and nice. We actually have a caller that we got to hit. That would be one Roberto. Roberto, you there, brother?
Afternoon, gents. Man, what a great interview. Crane is so good. He's so good. Even for an Auburn fan.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good one. We like him.
Super guy. So wanted to run something. Okay. I had an interaction with an Ohio State fan yesterday / this morning that he said, Tennessee, why would DGG go to Tennessee where they don't develop players? And I'm like, Tennessee's had 3 straight all SEC running backs and 2 of the last 4 SEC players of the year on offense. Am I crazy, or are we actually developing players and people aren't seeing it? Or is this just one guy who doesn't know both?
Probably.
We had a Bolitnikoff, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
Just for whatever that's worth.
Yeah. Anything that's coming out of their mouths right now, I struggle with.
I'm just wondering if it's people view Tennessee as not developing players and it's just all system. And you just get lucky that these guys are, you have 3 straight all SEC running backs, one of which was a walk-on. I'm just trying to figure out what people see other than, they're Yankee Bama, as I said earlier to Basilio, without the class.
Well, they consider us,
beneath them.
Yeah, despicable. Kind of low rent, everything else, which I don't buy. That's just, I believe that's the perception though. And they hate losing to us. And I get it, but sorry, it does happen.
Yeah.
So,
and it's happened a couple of times in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Like the same guy didn't know that David Sanders was a freshman All-American.
Yeah.
I mean, take that for what it's worth. Stick your face down in the mud or whatever. But I would say that was my worst interaction, but I've had worse interactions with some Tennessee fans. Are we our own worst enemy at times, guys?
Oh, I would agree with that.
Can we not just be happy?
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Let's just be happy. We overpaid. Who gives a crap?
Yeah.
It ain't your money.
Yep.
It's not your money. Unless your last name is Haslam.
I don't even know that we
R.I.P.
overpaid.
Charlie Anderson.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Bear. I couldn't hear you.
I'm not entirely certain that we overpaid. We won't know that for a year or two, or well, until he gets here for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah, what if he comes out and he's the best running back in the country when he's? But that's far fetched. But what if he's the best running back in the country his freshman year? Did we overpay?
No.
No. Oh.
Absolutely not. I'd do it again and again and again.